ームが2戦控えております。ゼータディビジョン、そして TE、本日はこの第4マッチまでお送りしてまいります。WBG WBG の戦い、今回ホームチームはAXIZ WAVE、こちらAXIZ WAVEのメンバーです。
まあとにかく勝というと、
はい、
そうですね、
間違いない。
一応この時点でAXIZ WAVEというチーム
のレベルも高く、もう本来の WBG の強さというのが
リジェクトの方がやりづらさは遠いマップ、野人とかもいない、まあ、ちょっと弁護士探しに行く方が全然考えられますね。
WBG Hunter going against AXIZ survivors. It will be Goatman on Moonlit River Park, and it looks like the Hunter will be entering the second story. Lawyer already on the second floor. Hunter is going to be throwing down Peeper on the first floor. Does seem to notice the lawyer going around the building, but Hunter is on the other side of the wall. He has to set up a cage in order to close the distance. But it looks like Hunter is going to be going for Ado instead, who is the novelist. Novelist will be getting off that cipher machine and looping this double pelleted area, avoiding getting hit for the time being. Gonna utilize his terrain, but unfortunately gonna take the hit while throwing down that pallet, and that's only a 25% hit since it was outside of the cage. And it looks like he continuously puts an obstacle, a pallet, in between the Hunter and himself. Gonna get another 25% hit here at 50% damage, and the Hunter is gonna be setting up his cage soon, because if he just gets hit one more time, wonderful switch with the book and the pallet stun, gaining more time for this novelist to get away and outlast this cage. And it looks like the Hunter will be setting up his second cage. A great job avoiding. This Hunter is going back and forth between this pallet Hunter. It's going to be wonderful flywheel avoiding. This cage is finished. Hunter set up another cage and down this novelist. And that will be the first down on the side of the survivors. We can see that one cipher machine will be completed, the second cipher machine at 86, the third cipher machine at 67, and the fourth cipher machine at 30%. So the cipher progress is looking incredibly good, especially since the lawyer did get away from this Hunter. We see that one hit order is on the coordinator, and Tuna is coming in for this save. It is the airplanist. He does have Tide Turner to work with, and cipher machines are looking incredibly good. It looks like 3 cipher machines will be completed. Oh, he wasn't able to. Oh, he was able to get the. He's going to be breaking this cage. Hunter is not going to be hitting. The survivor, he was still able to get the save before half with Tide Turner. So it looks like the Hunter was trying to force the survivor to get the save after half, but he was still able to somehow make it by breaking all those cages. He was able to get that rescue, and it looks like he'll be taking a 25% damage hit. Gonna be waiting. Oh, got another page, and will be pallet stunning the Hunter yet again, breaking the cage. And it looks like the Hunter has run into him and is able to down this novelist. A wonderful job with the pallet studs and the book switching ability, and will be on the chair for the second time. Hunter is bringing him back to corner walls where Tuna is currently trying to finish up that cipher machine. It looks like he plans on camping this chair. Oh, we already see Takako is already in this area. Hunter is going to abnormal that cipher machine down to 6%. Hunter's going after this airplanist. He's using his jetpack. He got a backdoor save onto the survivor. Hunter's going to be able to get a hit right onto the coordinator, but he needs to get the novelist down and send him back to the mana novelist, making his way back into the corner walls. Hunter's going to be setting up another cage here, trying to down this survivor for the third time. Is going to be able to get the 25% damage. He keeps getting 25% damage, which buys a lot of time for the survivors, but wonderful terror shot with the cage is finally able to down this novelist and take him back to the mana. We can see that 4 cipher machines have been completed, 3 new cipher machines for the end game. It looks like they're all scattered apart. Hunter has not quite noticed. It does look like he will notice the coordinator. She still has the stun gun to work with, so not your most ideal chase. She may possibly be able to kite long enough for her survivor teammates. And we do see that the lawyer is in this area trying to prime up that cipher machine. Hunter is going to be setting up a cage, and he will be running into Yan trying to throw down this pallet in between him and this Hunter. Is going to be looping this area, does not want to vault, doesn't want to risk that. Oh, will be taking that hit for the first time. all three survivors at half health. Hunter is going after this lawyer. Lawyer does have a little bit of map to work with, and it looks like 2 Cypher machines are being primed just in case the Hunter does end up leaving and going towards the Cypher machines. He will be throwing down these 2 pallets and keeping himself safe. Gonna be breaking this cage. Hunter setting up another cage immediately. Lawyer able to dodge that swing, but will eventually get caught and will be going down for the first time. However, we can see that the Cypher machine's primed, but none of the survivors have borrowed time, so it looks like they're just going to pop and allow the survivor, the lawyer, to be chaired, and they will be going for the exit gates. Tuna at working carousel coordinator on the other side of the map. It looks like the coordinator is opening up that exit gate. It's already at 30%. Hunter has found the airplane is outside of the cage. Will be breaking his cage and setting up a new cage. He's going to utilize his jetpack to avoid getting hit by this Hunter. Has made it to the edge of the cage. Oh, will be doubling back, avoiding the hit, and will eventually get the hit. However, the exit gate is open, and this is looking like a one-man escape for the side of AXIZ survivors.
WBG Alex の3人釣りから始まりました。どこから来てるかわからないという状態のサバイバーだったらおそらく監視しますね。今回本当に檻を温存しながら 0.5 ダメージ刻んでいく危険度というか。
AXIZ Hunter going against WBG survivors. It will be Goatman on the Moonlit River Park. I guess we're starting here extremely late, but that's okay. It looks like he will be finding the mechanic's bot. Is trying to get away from him, but it does look like it will be going down here. It eats the 25% damage, so it won't be disappearing quite yet. He does need to hit it one more time in order to get rid of it, or use up his cage, but that will be meaning using his resentment, and he doesn't want to waste his resentment on a bot. So it does look like he will be running into the mechanic instead, as mechanic is trying to stay alive here in between this pallet. However, she's still at full health, so she can still take a hit. Is going to be taking the hit right away while trying to break that cage. Is hiding behind this pallet. Still has her bot available, but the Hunter does know exactly where that is. Hunter, oh, wonderful flywheel, avoiding the hit, and is able to make it to the other side of the cage, but will be taken down as soon as she enters the building. We see Goker is already in this area. He is the forward, getting ready to harass and stun, and it looks like the Hunter is, he could probably set up a cage, but he doesn't have quite enough resentment yet. Now he has enough resentment. He'll be blocking off this forward and bringing the mechanic to the chair. And it looks like the forward will be backing off for now. The mechanic can now transition her bot further away from this area. Hunter will be keeping tabs on the forward. It does look like he plans on utilizing his abnormal and taking down that Cypher machine back down to 0. We do see 2 Cypher machines have been completed during this time. The forward continuously harassing this Hunter. We see the airplanist has made his way to the chair and is going to be getting this save. Taking the hit is the airplanist, so he was able to body block for the mechanic and get the save with Ty Turner. Mechanic now transitioning away to the other half of the map while also moving her bot. Hunter will be trapping her in this cage, forcing her back to 2-story area. She's trying to break this cage. She'll just be taking this hit and will be going down because she does still have the bot out and about to decode, and it looks like the forward will continuously harass this Hunter. He can just wait for another cage this area off, transition and chair this survivor, and it does look like that is the Hunter's plan. Is able to chair the mechanic for the second time on the bridge. Chair Goker hiding behind this pallet. Hunter will go ahead and break this pallet as the forward goes towards the chair to attempt this save. Hunter is going to be setting up a cage and has gotten the hit onto the forward, allowing the forward to save with Ty Turner before the mechanic expires. Will be making it to triple pallet walls here. Hunter is swinging but not quite able to hit this mechanic quite yet. Is doing a very good job with the back and forth and looping this area. Is able to get the pallet stun, but unfortunately was hit, and so the mechanic will be going down. Ty Turner is now over, but the forward is here once again harassing this Hunter. He doesn't have enough resentment quite yet, but he will very soon, where he can pick up this survivor yet again. There is a chair on the middle side of the map. He's on his changing to excitement and is able to chair and return this survivor to the manor. Now the Hunter doesn't have any endgame traits that he could utilize against when the Cypher Machines pop, so he doesn't have any warp or teleportation. He's going to be getting rid of the Mechanics bot. We see 4 Cypher Machines have been completed. The 5th one at 73%, so Cypher progress is looking incredibly good. We have 2 injured survivors, but 1 healthy survivor. It is a psychologist. She can utilize her long distance healing to heal up the survivors that are in need, and the survivors, none of them have borrowed time, so it means they will be going down, and looks like the forward was able to get himself healed. Hunter will be going after the aeroplanist, a little back and forth inside of the building, and is kind of losing track of him, but we have found him here at this pallet. Hunter setting up a lot of cages, is going to utilize his upward propel by getting the terror shock and downing this aeroplanist right away. It looks like the survivors will be Goker in this area once again, trying to harass this survivor. Cypher Machines are primed, but they don't have borrowed time. We see that excitement will be up again in 24 seconds. He's going to be caging off this forward and will be bringing the airplanist to the chair in the basement. So this is looking like the end game situation. We have 2 survivors up and running around the map. The airplanist has been chaired all the way in the basement, making a very challenging rescue since the hunter does have detention. However, 2 healthy survivors. They can hit a detention hit if there isn't a cage on them. It looks like the hunter will be going towards Goker, who is oh my goodness, sniping out very quickly with the cage and downing him right away. Things are looking very dangerous for Huey. However, the hunter can get to the other side of this map by utilizing his cages, but then he might have to leave the 2 survivors on this chair, but it does look like he is confident. Huey is opening up that exit gate, and it's almost open. If he has a cage here, if he can, he's trapping her inside. He did the double cage, and he found her. He got her down. Can she crawl out? She's crawling, and she's not able to get her, and that's a 4-man elimination on the side of AXIZ Hunter. Wow.
全部持ってかれた終盤に最後の最後選択権あっても取ってくるだろうなマップなんですね。可能性ありますよね。で囚人がホテルに逃げ込まれるより
AXIZ Hunter going against WBG survivors. It will be Soul Weaver on Chinatown. It looks like she's making her way towards Elconfid, who is the patient. So the good thing about going against a Soul Weaver as a patient is Soul Weaver leaves webs all around this area. He can utilize his hooks to transition further away, go to a different kiting area without any webs, and therefore rotating around the entire map. But in this instance, he will be utilizing his hook right away to get to this corner, but the spider still hasn't set up any of his webs, so he's just looking for the perfect opportunity. It looks like he's going to be entering the restaurant and leaving throughout the front entrance, going towards the next building. Does have 2 pallets here to work with. The hunter will finally utilize his webs for faster mobility. Is going to go ahead and break these pallets so that he can't stay here too long and transition to the next pallet. But the speed boost from the webs allows the hunter to get the first hit onto this patient, setting up another web at the stairs. He's catching up really quickly to this patient. Does need to utilize his patient, doesn't have any hooks left, and now this is looking very good for the hunter. Blink down, but he's able to avoid the hit for a little while, but he will be going down eventually. We can see that the Cypher Machines, it does look like one will be finished very soon. We have the second one at 78% and the third one at 69%. We see Huey is coming in for the save. Hunter is going to be breaking all these pallets in this area, making it even harder for the survivors to rebound kite. All 3 pallets closer to this chair have all been destroyed, and there are so many webs in this area. Things are looking incredibly good for AXIZ Hunter. He does look like he's going to get the prediction from his helmet and the switch by the novelist, but it doesn't give enough space away from the hunter, and the patient will take the hit right away. A lot of resources used to try and give this patient a longer rebound kite, but isn't able to do so. Is getting another hit onto this patient, almost at full presence, not quite there, just needs to get another little hit. It looks like 3 Cypher Machines have been completed, the 4th Cypher Machine at 2%. and he will be bringing this patient to the chair for the second time. We do see that some of the webs were taken down by the survivors, and the hunter will be continuously utilizing this same web for now. And he's waiting for a survivor to approach. Gokor is in this area getting ready for the save, or just feeding tinnitus. It is the novelist, and we did see him utilize his book once. He did make it to the chair, got the save with Tide Turner, is able to get double spit onto the novelist and catch up to the patient right away, and will be downing the patient for the third and final time. Knight did have one in order, so it doesn't look like he decided to come in for the support at this time. Hunter's just waiting for the patient Tide Turner to run out. He will be picking him up soon after, and it looks like the fourth cipher machine has significant progress. This fifth cipher machine at 36%, and the survivors are very far away from this hunter. Gokor, however, is very close to this hunter, and the hunter most likely saw the blood trails of this survivor. It looks like he plans on taking the next kite so the remaining two survivors can decode, but unfortunately he'll be going down right away. However, they do have enough cipher progress to prime this cipher machine pop. One survivor will go for the save, the other survivor will pop the last cipher machine. And if we do look at the persona trace of the survivors, they do not have borrowed time, so this is going to be a very tricky endgame situation here. We do see ChoAi is in the area coming ready for the save. We do see the 4 cipher machine has been popped. The 99 cipher machine that's primed and waiting for this rescue is going to utilize his helmet prediction and is baiting the Neo, but is able to get the save with the shield that allows the survivors to get a hit and will keep them alive. But the hunter does have detention, is going to get 2 more predictions right on the side of this knight, allowing Gokor to kite a little longer. Flywheel, he's going to switch, but he's a little far from the pallet. Oh, he is able to make it to the pallet, and the hunter is going to be catching up real soon here, and will finally be downing this novelist for the second time. Both exit gates are being opened at this time, so whichever side the hunter goes to, he will find a survivor. It looks like he chaired closer to Persica's exit gate, is making her way towards this survivor, the prisoner, and the knight has opened up the opposite exit gate, so this is looking like a one-man escape. However, the dungeon is in this area, so if they wait for the novelist to return to the manor, Persica can get the dungeon escape. We'll see how well these survivors perform. Hunter's going to use warp and land right next to the dungeon. Is he going to be able to down the survivor in time before the knight leaves? We have a flywheel, and she also stuns the hunter, but unfortunately gets hit. The survivor has left. The dungeon isn't quite open yet, and she will be able to pick up this prisoner and take her to the chair. So that's a 3-man elimination for the side of AXIZ Hunter.
これが今最強ハンターなんですっていうパワーを持ったハンターと相対している時の
チームに持って帰って9対4、5ポイントの差をつけての今ラウンド。アレックスとしては3釣り4。
WBG Hunter going against AXIZ survivors. It will be opposite on Chinatown. She's making her way towards Tuna, who is the knight. Not your most ideal chase because he is a rescuer. He does have 3 helmets to work with. However, Opera is very fast, so she could possibly still get the down incredibly fast. Is able to predict her skill. She's waiting out the second prediction, and the knight is able to get away for now. The hunter will be dropping down instead of following him going past the bridge. Survivor will be throwing down these double pallets here. Hunter will be breaking it. He'll be using this time to transition away, utilizing his predictions once again. Isn't able to get both predictions correct, and is unfortunately getting hit here while throwing down this pallet. So it does look like he will have to transition away. Hunter will be back in her shadow fort, chasing behind, breaking this pallet on the way, waiting around here at this window. Is able to predict his first prediction and get the second prediction, allowing him to transition back towards the middle cipher machine. There is also a survivor nearby, Takakao, who is the wildling, possibly could help him with his kite, but it looks like he'll be kiting this alone. Is able to get the pallet vault and is doing such a good job, buying so much time. Hunter's gonna go ahead and break this pallet so he can't continuously loop around this area. He has made it to the pallet. He's being very patient here. Is gonna move on to the second pallet. Hunter going around the obstacles and is going to get a pallet stun onto this hunter and transition away. The rubber window here has still is still available and will be blinking and missing, and he will be able to transition a little further, but caught out here in the open. He will be going down here for the first time. An extremely long kite against an opera singer, especially since usually most of the time we see that the first down 3 ciphers are around 60%, but in this instance we have 2 cipher machines that have been already completed, the 3rd cipher machine at 85 and the 4th cipher machine already getting progress at 36%. We see Takakao is coming in for the save. He's in his board, will be getting off his board, getting the hit and getting the save before half with Ty Turner. Hunter is going back for this character Knight, and Knight will be taking a hit here. He doesn't have any items left to utilize, so it doesn't look like he's able to do too much here. He will be going and dying at this faraway corner. We do see Puppeteer also still has Ty Turner, so most likely the second survivor coming for this save. We do see Ado is actually already in this area. He's hiding inside of the restaurant, and the hunter will be cheering him at this corner. And there is a one pallet there the survivors could possibly utilize. Ado trying to approach the chair while the hunter's away. Hunter's going to be breaking this pallet so that they can't use it for rebound kiting. We see that the Puppeteer was found. He was in his puppet form, so he avoided getting downed, and it looks like he will be getting the save, but the hunter will be getting the hit onto the Knight right away, and the Puppeteer will be able to get away. So at least this is not a double down situation for the survivors. Things are looking incredibly good. 4 cipher machines completed, the last cipher machine at 38%. An additional 2 cipher machines are being worked on, so they are working on all 3 cipher machines. So whoever the hunter does end up going after, they will still have 2 cipher machines, alternative cipher machines that will be having progress. It looks like Hunter will be going towards Takakao. The wildling, he is the survivor with half health, but he does have the boar, so he can still eat up a lot of time for his teammates. It looks like the hunter will be destroying this pallet. Will she commit to this wildling? It looks like she'll be moving on and going towards Ado, the Puppeteer. He does have his abilities. He can still use it 2 more times. Hunter doubling back after seeing the wildling got off of his board to go to that cipher machine, but he's already left that cipher. Hunter will be chasing him here with the shadow form. Isn't able to get the hit, was able to throw down that pallet, but he needs to transition away. He does have 10% slower movement speed as a wildling if he's not on his board, so that really hurts this character quite a lot. So he will be able to take this survivor down and chair him for the first time. We do see none of the survivors have borrowed time other than the wildling, and unfortunately wildling was the survivor that was chaired. It looks like Ado will be coming in for this save, utilizing his puppet ability. As soon as the hunter gets close, is able to get the save onto this wildling, and the wildling needs to take the hit because he has borrowed time. Hunter will be going for the Puppeteer because the Puppeteer does not have borrowed time and he doesn't have any items left. He will be going down for the first time. We have 2 survivors up and running the first time for the Puppeteer on the chair, so he has quite a lot of time. Lewis is not ready, and it looks like the survivors are opening up one of the exit gates at 50% already. It looks like it will be Nyan's exit gate when the wildling is currently waiting around inside of the restaurant. No, yes, it's the restaurant inside of the red building, and the hunter is going to use teleport and teleport to the cipher machine, an exit gate that Nyan has already opened up, forcing Nyan to leave, and the wildling just needs to either find the dungeon or go for the rescue or go for the exit gate. He is on his board. The hunter is looking for this wildling. Wildling is waiting at the corner of this map. Hunter still not getting tinnitus, unable to find this wildling. Wildling is approaching the exit gate. Will he be able to make it to the exit gate? He's gonna be running on a 4 real soon, so he needs to make his way towards her. He's being cut off and he will be down, and that's a 3-man elimination for the side of WBG Hunter.
そうですね。ある程度は巻き込みなくと
WBG Hunter going against AXIZ survivors. It will be Wax Artist on the red church. Looks like he's heading towards Graveyard. He will be running into Nyan, who is the antiquarian. if the anti-Aquarian uses her sticks well, she usually disarms the hunter right before she's about to get 100% wax, and we've seen her do it successfully. We'll see how well Nyan does end up kiting this wax artist. She's doing a very good job staying out of line of sight. Only 16% wax. See how she just continuously hides behind the wall. She also uses her stick for faster mobility, and she's waiting around at this pallet. Is going to be able to throw that down, and the hunter will be breaking immediately the next pallet in this area to utilize so that she can transition out. Is able to make it to the next pallet, but unable to do so, getting 100% wax onto this anti-Aquarian. She will be transitioning back towards the walls. She does have one window to work with. The hunter is throwing the wax at that window. She will be taking that fault and will be able to hide from the wax behind this wall for the time being. Wax will have to go all the way around trying to see where this anti-Aquarian is going towards. She's back inside of graveyard waiting around at this pallet. Only eats 36% wax yet again, doing a very good job avoiding the hunter and getting more wax. Will be able to finally stun this hunter and is able to disarm it. Oh, we have the excitement popping and downing the anti-Aquarian right away, and that will be the first down for the side of the survivors. We see one cipher machine has been completed, the second cipher machine at 90, and the third cipher machine at 84%. And the survivor coming in for the save will be Atto, who is the novelist, and we can see that he does not have Tide Turner. The only survivor with Tide Turner is the Gravekeeper, and Gravekeeper right now is decoding that cipher machine. Hunter was aiming to wax off one of the cipher machines on the red carpet, but it was finished before he could do so, and it doesn't look like the survivors are actually coming in for the save. I don't look like he was going towards the chair, but he ended up going to the backdoor exit gate cipher machine, and he isn't coming in for the save. It's already after half, and the survivors, it looks like the Gravekeeper will be coming in for the save first. He does have his shovel to utilize. The hunter will be hitting him out of the shovel as he makes his way towards the chair. And there's a nice straight line right to the chair. It's open. He's going to be eating up a lot of wax, but the hunter does not have hot wax yet, so he'll be hitting the Gravekeeper. Normally, Gravekeeper going inside of his shovel, and the hunter back onto the anti-Aquarian. Anti-Aquarian with this time doesn't look like she plans on kiting any longer. She's just going to take the 100% wax and go towards the red carpet. Hunter will be finally getting 100% presence and will be downing this survivor for the final time since she was saved after half. We can see there's a lot of cipher progress. The 4th cipher machine at 77, the 5th cipher machine at 54, and an additional cipher machine at 18%, and only the Gravekeeper is injured, so we still have 2 survivors that can come for the save. However, they do not have Tide Turner, so they will have to be very careful or have cipher machines primed. Hunter will be changing to teleport and going towards the graveyard cipher machine. He will be running into Gravekeeper, who still has a shovel to work with. 4th cipher machine has just been completed, and the last cipher machine still at 63% since it was waxed off by the hunter. Is going to be throwing wax at this pallet, keeping the survivor. Oh, wonderful stun on the side of this Gravekeeper. Is able to buy a little more time. There isn't a pallet here, so it looks like he's going to be eating a lot of wax and will be going down here. But cipher machines definitely have enough progress. They will be coming in for this save, and all 3 survivors have borrowed time, so this is still looking very hopeful for the endgame situation. Hunter's going to be bringing him all the way to red carpet chair off towards the walls, and it looks like Addo's already here. If he swaps with the hunter utilizing his book, he can get closer to the chair, but the hunter's trying to wax off that cipher machine. Oh, they got the save, the backdoor save while the hunter was trying to throw the wax, and they popped the cipher machines. It's the end game. 3 healthy survivors. Hunter, however, does have detention, so it won't be too big of a factor. He will be vaulting this window that he did wax off. Addo, trying to stay alive at this pallet, is able to get the pallet stuck and transition away. Where is the basement? The basement is in this corner, so if Addo can somehow kite long enough and make it to the corner walls, then he will be able to go for this dungeon. The hunter's throwing wax towards Addo and is able to get 25% wax. Exit gates at 70%, almost at 70, now it's at 70, and is going to be open very soon. If he could just get a book and make his way closer to the exit gate. Oh, he gets 100% wax, and he is able to down the novelist, and this is looking like a 2-man escape for the side of AXIZ.
さあサバイバーなんですよね、効果がなかなか有効的に使えなかったっていうところが3ポイントの差をつけて、今アクシズウェーブが相当な自信と、そしてハードルが
AXIZ Hunter going against WBG Survivors. It will be Ivy on the red church. The win conditions for AXIZ is the Hunter has to get one-man elimination. If they can get that one-man elimination, they will be able to move on the side of WBG Survivors. That means they have to get that four-man escape. So the pressure is on. They have to have very long kites. They have to play incredibly aggressively. We'll see how well they do. It looks like the first chase will be the Antiquarian was able to infect the survivor. The ghost is still latched onto this Antiquarian, so the Hunter can see exactly where the survivor is. She's using her stick for faster movement. Seat is able to make it to the pallet. Hunter doing the back light walk trick. Okay, is going to be taking the first hit here. She was attempting to stun the Hunter, but was not able to do so. Hunter also does not have excitement. She has blink, so if she does get stunned, it will definitely buy more time for this Antiquarian. We see she has 40% corruption, another backlight trick by the Hunter walking backwards, and it looks like she will be running into her ghost. Ghost is being sent towards the first officer, COA8, who was working on that cipher machine, trying to slow the cipher progress. The main body still on Persica as she makes it towards this pallet, and it looks like she won't be capping this pallet, and she'll be going right through. Hunter will be following the blood trails of this survivor as she goes and maneuvers her way through this walls, is making her way towards red carpet, is able to get the vault over this window with the stick, and has made it to the next pallet, is going to get the flywheel, and the Hunter is going to be disarmed, so she will be able to get that 100% corruption, but the Hunter is still disarmed, isn't able to hit the Antiquarian, doing an amazing job, misses her stick, blink, but still misses, and gets the pallet stun, and she's still kiting. Things are looking incredibly good for the side of the survivors. 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine will be completed soon. Already the 4th cipher machine at 24%, last cipher machine at 7%, and she is still kiting, hasn't downed this survivor yet. She needs to hurry up and down this survivor if she doesn't want to get that 4-man escape. Is she gonna miss the tech charge? But okay, finally got the down while she was throwing down this pallet, because she wasn't quite on the right side of this pallet, and she will finally be cheering this Antiquarian. Things are looking incredibly good for the side of the survivors. 3 cipher machines have been completed. The 4th cipher machine at 60%, the 5th cipher machine at 43%. However, this is an Ivy, so she's a very strong late game Hunter. We can say that it's definitely not over for the side of AXIZ, because that 4-man escape is very challenging. It looks like the Hunter will be teleporting back to the chair. We have the Prospector was able to stun him against the pallet, but didn't get the pallets. Then was able to get the save before half with Tide Turner. Hunter is going to be staying nearby the first officer as he's breaking that tablet. The main body here staying next to Persica. He needs to get the down on this survivor and to ensure the win for AXIZ, so he really needs to quickly down this survivor and not allow these cipher machines to be finished. But already 4 cipher machines have been completed. The last cipher machine is being primed up at 73%. Another stun by the Prospector, allowing this Antiquarian to get further away. She's already been infected, so she can't infect her and teleport to her right away. Corruption at 57%. She has so much distance away from this Ivy. She's sending her ghost off towards COA8, who is the first officer, is going to be infecting the first officer. Hunter is going towards the Prospector. Cipher machines are primed. 4 survivors are up and running. The Antiquarian has only been chaired once, and the survivors are already getting rid of the tablets all around the map, not allowing this Ivy to teleport back and forth. The main body is now on Elconfid, who is the coordinator. She also has all her items. Things are looking incredibly good for the side of the survivors. They just need to know the exact timing where they want to pop the cipher machine and start their endgame tactics strategy, and it looks like the Hunter is unable to find a target she wants to go after at this moment. We do see that the dungeon is in the walls near the red carpet corner, and the ghost is going towards a back gate. The survivors are healing up. They're healing up Persica, and it looks like the Hunter will be teleporting towards, wasn't able to see, but the ghost is going towards red carpet where Elconfid is, and we see the Prospector Prospector was healed up because the Prospector does not have borrowed time, so that's why they want to have a full health Prospector, because during endgame they want to outlast the detention, and then after the detention is over, they will be then going for the gates. The survivors have healed up the Antiquarian as well, which was not really necessary, but I mean, I guess they're preparing for the endgame situation. Survivors are really taking their time. The Prospector already has 3 magnets ready and available for use. Antiquarian has gotten an elbow pad. First Officer still has 2 pocket watches to utilize. WBG survivors are doing such a good job under so much pressure to perform. It looks like she will be able to get the pallets done onto the main body. And the survivors, most of them are on the opposite side of the map of the main body. The Ghost is still waiting around at the exit gate in the back side of the map, and the main body is waiting around at the front gate, waiting for the survivors to pop the cipher machines. If they don't touch the cipher machines, they will start getting crows. It looks like she'll be infecting the coordinator. And it does look like there was an alert for the position of one of the survivors. It looks like these survivors are really taking their time to position themselves, and Huiyi has gotten the crows for not touching the cipher machines and not being seen by the hunter. It looks like the hunter has finally found the Antiquarian once again. Will be breaking this pallet. Survivors really need to start popping these cipher machines and preparing for endgame. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. I think they're waiting for the Antiquarian to get hit and then they will pop that cipher machine. But Hunter's just waiting for the endgame situation, not really pressuring this survivor too much, and it looks like she will be finally taking the hit because she was out in the open. Still not popping the cipher machines, 100% corruption. Now they will finally pop the cipher machines. It's the endgame for survivors. Antiquarian at health. The hunter has detention, and they're opening up that exit gate already, and the hunter is sending the Ghost towards Persica, and the exit gate on one of the maps is open. She is able to down this Antiquarian with this detention. She will be cheering her here very soon. Basement is here, looking very good for the hunter. We do see that the Prospector did open up that exit gate, but now the survivors have to come for the save. We see First Officer does have Ty Turner, so he is the survivor most likely going to be coming for the... Wow! But oh, she downed him right away, and because she's at detention. So this is another down survivor. Suddenly at the end, things are not looking very good. I think everything started to go downhill as soon as the Antiquarian was down in the basement. Now all of the survivors need to come for the save. We see the Prospector Flywheel was able to get to the chair, but the coordinator went down. She has a stun gun, but she's down. She can't use it to support her teammates. 2 survivors are down. Antiquarian at half health. The Prospector still at full health, but the hunter is... She could just down this Prospector instead. It looks like the hunter is going to be bringing the First Officer to the chair. The tablets here. Goker is stuck in this corner. Hunter's going to be chairing the coordinator next. 2 people chaired. 1 person stuck in the basement. Antiquarian has gotten out, and it's looking like a terror shock on the Prospector, and that's another down survivor. 3 survivors went down just to rescue this 1 survivor when the hunter had detention, and this is looking like a 3-man elimination for the side of this hunter. I think she wants more. She'll be teleporting to the Antiquarian and downing this Antiquarian, and that's a 4-man elimination for the AXIZ hunter.
だからもしアレックスに4釣りされた時の保険として
の戦い、こちら勝利したのはアクシズウェーブです。おめでとうございます。俺が1位だというようなね写真。
ああ、そうなりますね。確かに地区予選で ACT はウルブ、はい、
そう、こちらウルブズのチームです。
羊もなんですが、やっぱり前々中やっぱフラバルの相当な使い手、それからこのChoAiのハンターレントっていう Z 字そうですね。
Wolves Hunter going against ACT survivors. It will be Goatman on Moonlit River Park. He's making his way towards the 2nd story building where the prisoner Gogo has spawned. He's already made his way to the basement and he's hiding. It is quite a big gamble because if the hunter does end up choosing to check the basement, that could be a possible free hit situation. But he is buying a lot of time because the hunter is unable to locate the survivor. He is going to be checking the basement. He's going to be running into the survivor. He's hiding behind the fire pit and it looks like he will be able to find him. He set up a cage and hit him right away. Prisoner has made his way up to the first floor. Hunter will be following the blood trails of the survivor. He's already onto the second floor. Looks like he's going to be waiting to vault this window. Hunter is being very patient. And the patient will vault this window. Hunter will be dropping down with his cage and getting the hit onto the prisoner right away, downing the survivor very quickly ever since he found him. It did take quite a while for the hunter to check the basement, but yes, he was still able to down him fairly quickly and chair him in front of the Cypher Machine 11 was currently working on. We can see that the Gravekeeper is already in his shovel. He doesn't want to give any more free hits to this hunter. He doesn't want to save too early, allowing other people to decode a little more. It does look like Antiquarian has won an order, but she's not anywhere nearby. Hunter is setting up a cage at this chair, and the Gravekeeper will take the normal hit and get the save before half with Tide Turner. Hunter will be now trying to down this prisoner for the second time. We see 2 Cypher Machines have been completed. Wonderful palisade on the side of this prisoner is able to transition a little further away from this Cypher Machine. Hunter, however, sets up a cage right away, is given the owl to the prisoner and is able to eat a hit for him. It looks like the hunter's going to set up his new cage and get the down with Blink, the trait that he didn't have to use in the beginning. He is able to chair him once again right next to 11 Cypher Machine, but it looks like he's taking him closer. No, he's going to go towards 11 Cypher Machine and chair him in the exact same spot. Gravekeeper has to leave because he is at half health. He still has 2 shovels to work with, but he won't be able to do much with the rescuing. It looks like Seer will have the wanted order in this chair. We see XY is already making her way towards the chair, coming for the save. Antiquarian does also have Tide Turner, so even if the prisoner gets hit off of the chair, he will still be able to transition away. Wonderful stun on the side of this Antiquarian. Knowing the hunter doesn't have excitement, it looks like he's disarmed, and Gogo is able to outlast this cage, is able to get the flywheel and avoid getting hit once again. Hunter going towards the edge of his cage, trying to catch him off guard and a little bit closer, setting up another cage. He's going right through. He's against the wall. He made the pallet fall and he's avoiding this hunter. He's trying to break the cage, but he's also staying very close to the edges so that the cage has disappeared, and Gogo will be taking a 25% hit. He's going towards XY. XY can help and support him with her stick. He is hiding behind this wall. We got the push from the Antiquarian, not quite the disarm, and is finally able to disarm this hunter for now. Gets a flywheel, avoid getting hit on the Antiquarian. Antiquarian just wonderful support, full health. Looks like he will be running into the survivor now. However, Antiquarian is still in the area and she can potentially still harass, but it looks like the hunter is going to take him further away towards the first stop where 11 is currently working on the Cypher Machine. 4 Cypher Machines, however, have been completed. The 5th Cypher Machine at 70 and an additional Cypher Machine at 23%. The prisoner is sent back to the manor. Hunter is going after XY next. Is able to get the hit onto her finally after all those attempts. However, she still has a little bit of stick to work with, and the Cypher Machines will be getting much more progress as soon as he does look like he's going to be changing towards 11. 11 is also at half health, but he has 2 shovels left, so changing targets at this time might be a little risky since the prisoner is currently working on that 64%. Cypher Machine is able to hit him. Is he able to hit him out of this? Okay, let's see. It looks like he's out of his shovel. He has been caged once again. Hunter going through the cage and getting the terror shock while vaulting that pallet. It looks like 11 will be going down for the first time. Cypher Machines, however, have significant progress. They will be ready. If we do see, it will be the... It has to be the Seer that has to come for the save because Antiquarian's at half health. She doesn't have borrowed time. The only survivor with borrowed time is the Gravekeeper, but he's chaired. So things are starting to look incredibly good for the side of the hunter. ChoAi. We see the hunter is noticing all the cipher machines were already popped. They are already at the end game. XY is going to the basement. Hunter is setting up a cage. He's going to be blocking her out and be teleporting to this cage. Is going to be getting the down onto the seer. Seer wasn't able to open up that exit gate quite yet. It's at 56%. Is the Antiquarian going to be able to make it to the Gravekeeper in time? We do see the hunter can set up one cage with his resentment, and it looks like he's going to set up two cages with his resentment and make it towards the other half of the map. XY is using her stick for faster mobility, trying to get to the Gravekeeper, and is able to get the save off. Hunter has to make a decision, go for the Antiquarian or go for the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper is opening up the exit gate. Antiquarian flipping through the window, is waiting around at this window, caging this area. Flywheel avoiding the hit once again and is able to get the vault once again, and the hunter is going through the sides and the cage is finished. Antiquarian is just going to get a normal detention hit, which is a 50% damage, and is able to down this Antiquarian. The hunter is going for 11, but the exit gate is open, so the hunter is going to have to just take this 3-man elimination.
ですね。常にチェイスの読み合いもありました。ポイントが出ております。ラウンド1前半戦3対1と、この
結構羊目線苦手なチームようなところです。
仲直りはないのはエンジニアと
ACT Hunter going against Wolf Survivors. It will be Goatman on Moonlit River Park. He's making his way towards XMX, hiding behind the walls here, trying not to be found by this hunter, but it does look like he is going to be inspecting the walls. Does see the blood trails on the ground, and does look like he will be chasing this first officer. Oh my goodness, hitting him right as he turns on the pocket watch, getting the early on hit at around 25 seconds into the match. He is going to be utilizing his pocket watch for the rest of the time, hiding behind these double pallets, so if he is ever caged, the hunter will have a hard time downing him. But it looks like, oh my goodness, hunter sets up a wonderful cage right in front of the pallet, enters the mirror, go to the other side, downs his first officer immediately. An incredible early down, barely any cipher progress, and things are looking incredibly good for this ACT Hunter. And it looks like the Jelly will be in this second story. The airplanist is still decoding. We see Puppeteer has wanted order, and the knight is coming in for the save. It does look like he's going to be hiding behind the broken carousel, allowing the survivors to decode a little longer, and he will be approaching as soon as the halfway mark is. Oh, we have a helmet predictions. It doesn't look like he was able to predict one of them, I believe, and is able to get the save with Chivalrous Sympathy. He's going to take the hit without the cage, but it did have the shield for the start, since he was saved with the knight's ability. Is not going to be taking any damage. However, he is going to be transitioning away with his pocket watch. Hunter is blocking off his area, double cage, and is able to cage him at this time and blink it and down him once again. Wonderful predictions on the side of this Goatman. Seems to always know where this first officer is, even when he utilizes his pocket watch. However, we do see 2 cipher machines have been completed. The 3rd cipher machine and the 4th cipher machine all around 30%. Puppeteer once again does have one in order, but the Puppeteer isn't anywhere nearby, so that does work in favor for the survivors. We do see the airplanist may possibly be coming in for the save. It is the... He does have Woods going to be caged off away from the chair. Hunter double caging and trying to get a hit onto this airplanist. Hasn't quite been able to do so. Will be able to get the hit, and the cage will be ending, so he can't approach the chair. Hunter is going to cage the area around the chair and hit the first officer right away off of the chair. Once again, was saved with Titanium, so he can still buy more time. Hunter wants a double down situation here. The airplanist needs to be very careful, but he isn't able to quite find this airplanist. Looks like he's going to go and chair this first officer and first secure his down, and will be returning him to the manor. Cipher machines starting to look pretty good. We see 3 cipher machines will be completed. The 4th cipher machine already at 90%. They just need to work on 1 full cipher machine. We see airplanist is at half health, the knight is at 25% damage, and the puppeteer is still at full health. So there are still a lot of resources for the survivors' side. The question is, which cipher will they be working on? Since the hunter was near first stop, second stop the majority of the game, hunter will be caging in. This knight was not able to predict the hit, but will be able to predicted the hit and will be able to avoid the Hunter. Hunter went across the river and is not able to down this knight. He will be running into Jelly next. Jelly is walking out of the tent. However, the Hunter already saw the blood trails of the survivor, so looks like he's just going to be having to take the chase. He is at half health, so he can down him fairly quickly if he can utilize his cage correctly. Jelly was able to avoid getting hit for the time being and is transitioning away. We see 487 also still there for the help, is going to utilize his jetpack to avoid getting hit. Hunter trying to run into him, hiding behind this pallet. A lot of back and forth, and will finally be downing him, hiding behind this pallet, utilizing his cage. Is going to be cheering airplaners for the first time. However, Cypher machines are looking incredibly good, already at 77%. So the Cypher machines will be primed. Is the Hunter going to be taking this survivor all the way to the basement? If he does, suddenly things are going to be quite challenging to rescue, and it does look like the Puppeteer is the only survivor with borrowed time. It looks like the knight is still going to come in for the save, take the hit, and get the save off onto the airplanist. Airplanist still has one jetpack to work with. The knight, however, does not have. Oh, he just used his last helmet prediction. Hunter will be doubling back, trying to get the down onto this. Oh, flywheel avoiding the hit, but will eventually get the down onto the knight. Cypher machines, however, already been popped. It is the end game. We see the airplanist is running towards the dungeon or possibly the exit gate. Hunter is going to be chairing this knight for the first time, so he has quite a lot of time on this chair. Puppeteer is opening up that exit gate, and Jelly is just trying to hide at fourth stop, hoping that the Hunter will not notice his presence, but it does look like the Hunter was able to spot him out right away. Will be throwing down this pallet. Hunter can hit him right outside of his cage and still down the survivor because he does have detention. Hunter will be chairing airplanist and taking this 3-man elimination. ACT Hunter going against Wolf survivors. It will be Ivy on Arms Factory. She's sending her ghost towards DK, while the main body currently is not being shown. Oh, the main body is staying near. Oh, she'll be teleporting right to the Antiquarian, and the ghost will be going in a different direction while the main body continuously chases the survivor. Looks like the ghost will be going to infect Jelly, who is the Embalmer. Main body recalling the ghost, and it does look like she plans on committing to this. Will be infecting XMX as well on the way, and as D-King made his way towards the factory, Hunter will be recalling the ghost, and it does look like she will be committing to this Antiquarian. We can see that she utilized her stick for a little bit and is utilizing it once again for faster movement speed. The ghost has caught up to the survivor, is able to get the 66% scare onto this Antiquarian as she makes it to the wall's corner. The ghost still very close by, but the Hunter is delayed by that pallet, and the ghost is being sent towards 487 once again to disrupt the Cypher progress, but the main body is taking quite a long time to even land a hit onto the survivor, so things are looking very good for the side of Wolves. But it is the Ivy. She's a very strong late game hunter, so we'll see how well the survivors do against. She can re-infect this Antiquarian. She flywheeled and is transitioning back inside of factory. She used blink and finally caught up and getting the hit onto the Antiquarian for the first time. She just needs to get one more scare onto this Antiquarian, and she will get 100% corruption, so the Antiquarian needs to do her best to not get any more corruption onto herself, and it looks like she's doing a very good job avoiding the main body. However, the ghost has finally caught up to the survivor, is able to get the scare and get the down onto the Antiquarian for the first time. However, we see that the Embalmer already coffined her and is resurrecting her right away, right next to himself. Jelly in the far corner away from this Hunter is going to be teleporting closer to this survivor and will be running into the Antiquarian once again, and it looks like they were able to finish one Cypher machine. 3 Cypher machines around 60-70%, and the last Cypher machine around 10%. The Hunter will be getting another scare onto the Antiquarian, is building up the infection as she has been infected once again by the ghost, is able to avoid getting the scare. Wonderful triple stun by this antiquarian by herself 4 times. She has 100% corruption, but the hunter is disarmed, so she's able to get away from this hunter. Wonderful job with her stick utilization. She will still be disarmed as she's making it to the pallet. Oh, unfortunately, but going down. While trying to throw down this pallet, the hunter was able to finally down this antiquarian for the second time. We can see 3 cipher machines have been completed. The 4th cipher machine at 68 and the last cipher machine at 53. The antiquarian has bought so much time for the survivors. We see the wildling is getting ready to harass this hunter, is able to push him away from the chair, and the hunter is going to have to drop down this antiquarian, and the antiquarian is heading towards the pallet. Hunter infected the antiquarian, gets 100% corruption, misses. Oh my goodness, and she's able to get away once again. Wonderful support from the wildling. Hunter will be breaking this pallet, so she has to transition away. The wildling is no longer on his board, but he still plans on body blocking. They want to allow this antiquarian to stay alive till the very last minute. She does. Oh, unfortunately, will be going down here. But we see the wildling is once again trying to harass, but he's not on his board, so it looks like they will allow the antiquarian to be chaired for the second time. However, cipher machine is almost primed. Hunter is taking the ghost towards the last cipher machine. It's at 98%, and the hunter is able to chair this antiquarian very soon here. No, she's able to struggle. It's the end game. They just need to pop the cipher machine, but the area of corruption is getting 100% corruption onto the wildling. Is the hunter just going to swing, because then he'll just be able to pop this cipher machine? And we see that he also does have borrowed time, so he'll be taking the hit. He'll be going on his board, and this is the end game. Hunter blinks but misses the board, and this is looking incredibly good for the side of the rule survivors. 4-man end game. The exit gate's already being opened up by 487. The opposite exit gate is being opened up by DK. The ghost is going towards 487, but the exit gate is already open. It's already open. The ghost is now going towards DK, the only survivor that is on this side of this map. The exit gate here is not open. She will be able to at least secure a 1-man elimination. Hunter is going to teleport to the open exit gate. The survivors haven't quite left. It looks like they're going to buy more time, try to outlast detention. Then they could possibly still get a 4-man escape, because all the survivors are still at full health. Hunter is going to be infecting DK once again, and it looks like she needs to secure this down, but it's still only her second chair. The dungeon is in this area. It looks like the hunter will finally close the distance and get the down onto the antiquarian, and we can see that all 3 survivors are already at this exit gate. It seems like they plan on leaving.
まあもうエリアさえできればこのレベルのサバイバーフライフ傭兵版にそこまで効力がなくやはり野人の使い方に慣れている勝率ナンバー1ですからね。はい。
Wolf's Hunter going against ACT survivors. It will be operating around Arms Factory. She's making her way towards XY, who is the puppeteer, is going to be able to take the hit here. Oh my goodness, it is puppet form, because he wasn't quite able to make it to the pallet. Transitioning back inside of Factory, he will be looping this area. Was able to make it to the window. Hunter will have to vault to follow after this survivor, and it looks like he's looping right back in. Is going to be throwing down this pallet. Hunter will be breaking this pallet, so it'll be much harder for survivors to utilize this area. He's going to go back into his puppet form, not going to be getting that window vault, and transitioning to the middle triple pallet here, and is going to be throwing down this pallet for safety. Hunter is leaving a lot of remnants in this area, so when he vaults, she will try to catch him off guard, will be looping this area, instead is able to get the vault once again. Hunter is closing the distance, so he will be going right back into his puppet form, and will be taking the hit. Has thrown down this second pallet here, and the third pallet will also be thrown down. It looks like he's buying a lot of time with these 2 pallets, going back into this pallet, and the hunter returning to a remnant and downing this puppeteer for the first time. We can see the cipher machines at 75, 48, and 24%, but the Explorer does have a 50% page, so they do have more progress that is shown on the screen will be cheering him here next to the water tank. It does look like we'll have one cipher machine completed very soon. The first officer already in this area utilizing his pocket watch right away, since he can utilize it up to 3 times, and that will be buy him enough time to save before the halfway mark. Is doing a very good job avoiding getting hit by this hunter. Is going to start approaching the chair, is able to get the save before half with Ty Turner, and the puppeteer is out and running once again, going to corner walls. Hunter will be waiting for him and putting a lot of remnants in this area, and will be able to run into him with the tear shot as he's vaulting this window, and he will be going down. Lewis is not ready. He will be going as soon as the Ty Turner ends. Hunter will be picking him up and putting him on the chair for the second time. We can see 2 cipher machines have been completed, the 3rd cipher machine at 74 and the 4th cipher machine at 20%, and a 2% page on the Explorer. And the person coming in for the save does look like it's going to be the patient Zen. He does have 3 hooks to utilize, so he can make it closer to the chair, and he can also vault over walls. So is he gonna be able to make it? Oh my goodness. He was unfortunately unable to get that pallet that Hunter walked right through, and will be eating the normal hit and getting the rescue onto the chair. Not with Ty Turner, but Puppeteer can still utilize his ability. Will utilize his ability here, being very patient not to get the terror shock while trying to vault this window, but unfortunately will be getting the terror shock and will be going down for the 3rd and final time. We can see that 3 cipher machines have been completed. The 4th cipher machine at 37, the 5th cipher machine at 20%, and an additional cipher machine at 9%. The Explorer is digging up a new page, and we see there are 2 survivors that are at half health and the Explorer at full health. So Explorer needs to find this page, finish up these cipher machines, and possibly go for a rescue. Unless the cipher is already primed, then a half health survivor can go for the rescue, since they could just pop the cipher machine. Hunter is looking for her next target. She's sticking around this factory area where 11 is feeding her tinnitus. She's just having a hard time finding this survivor, and it looks like 11 will be utilizing his pocket watch. The hunter still hasn't located it. Finally seeing the bloody trails of the survivor, realizes where the estimate of where this first officer is able to finally catch up to him, as he has finished utilizing his pocket watch and will be able to down him immediately. We see 4 cipher machine has been completed, the 5th cipher machine at 40% and the 6th cipher machine at 39%. Hunter will be cheering him here in basement. Now things are starting to look incredibly bad for the side of the survivors. This Explorer might have to come in for the save, since he does have Ty Turner, and this is a basement rescue, but who knows what is possible for the survivors, since it is since they always have different tricks to utilize against this hunter. It does look like the Explorer will be coming in for the save. It is the most safest option. You can see the little version of the Explorer just hiding behind the door. It looks like the cipher machines will be primed in time, trying not to get the drop down hit, because that will not help the Explorer get to the chair in time without going down. A lot of back and forth here. It looks like the hunter is being very, very patient. The survivors are going to be running out of time. He can't go too late for this rescue. He needs to start making his way down, but he's being very patient here, and the Explorer isn't taking any chances. It does look like they may need to hurry up and just take the chance and getting the drop down hit onto the Explorer, and the blanket but misses the terror shock, and the cipher machines have been popped. They're back up. They have Ty Turner, and the hunter is back on the first floor, was able to get the hit onto the Explorer and the first officer, so that's a double down situation. Endgame. The exit gate is being opened up by Zen at 60%, but the hunter is going towards Zen, so Zen has to utilize his hook to get away from this hunter. This pallet here has been thrown down. We see the 2 survivors have gone down since Ty Turner has expired, and the hunter is now going after this patient. Hunter will, oh my goodness, avoid getting hit out, but is able to get the hit on the second time, and that's a 3-person down situation. Hunter will be taking the patient to the chair for the first time, then must look for the first officer and the Explorer. Both ran in the opposite direction. We see Go is in the shack and 11 is up and running, and it looks like the hunter will be running into this Explorer, so she has been able to find the second survivor down. For the first half, they got a 3-man escape on the side of Wolves, so just ensuring a 2-man elimination for the side of Wolves will guarantee the win for them on round 2, giving them a lead against ACT, and it looks like 11 will just be running in the opposite direction, going for that exit gate instead, trying to at least secure a 1-man escape. If the hunter gets a 4-man elimination, that gives him a 5-point lead, so anything to avoid that situation. The first officer will be opening up that exit gate already at 60%. Hunter does not seem to doesn't want to get too greedy and go for the 4-man elimination. I think he's very satisfied with this 3-man elimination, and the exit gate is open. We see 11 doesn't have self-heal. The Explorer has gotten up. Hunter will be going back to the Explorer and will be able to down this Explorer and ensure the 3-man elimination.
処理の速さもやっぱりすごかったなと思いましたね。です。
裏は十分にありますし。
かなり多かった。
Wolves Hunter going against ACT survivors, it will be Wax Artist on Lakeside Village. He's making his way towards Shack, where he will be running into Zen. You can see he's already blocking off this window with his wax, while Zen's going around outside or inside of the Shack. Will be throwing down that pallet and will be getting that pallet vault and also getting that speed boost, because she does have knee-jerk reflex. Staying out of line of sight of this hunter, he's not able to get any wax on her quite yet, is finally able to land 16% wax onto this psychologist. She's going to make her way back and vault this pallet here. Hunter will be breaking this pallet. Oh, she had 100% wax, so he'll also be getting a hit onto the survivor for the first time now. Her stress ability will be eating 50% of the damage. It looks like she's going to have to leave this area since the pallet is gone and the hunter has waxed off this window. Can't leave this area. Wonderful pallets done on the side of the psychologist. Is able to get away, but his wax is piling up really well, and there's 100% wax getting the second hit onto this psychologist. It looks like she's going to be re-entering the shack. She doesn't want to go down here because the basement actually is here, so she's going to be transitioning towards Little Boat, staying out of line of sight, will not be taking that window vault. And we see Gogo is already coming in here for the support, blocking off the wax and possibly going to be throwing an inflatable airbag. Is able to get the hit onto the fire investigator since the fire investigator got the 100% wax for the psychologist. Psychologist waiting around here at walls. She's going to be very patient here, and it looks like the hunter is just going to be walking all the way around. Oh, Blink, and predicting the psychologist's whereabouts, is able to down her for the first time. Cypher Machine's looking pretty good since we do have a mechanic that's also working on an additional Cypher Machine, so we do have 4 Cypher Machines with quite a lot of progress, and it looks like 11's going to be coming in for the save. It is the forward hunter's going to be blocking off the Little Boat Cypher Machine, and Gogo could possibly help with a inflatable airbag, and the hunter will be getting lots of wax onto 11 and will be getting the hit. Oh, he tried to flywheel, but it wasn't able to get it. Will be able to. Oh, missing the stun, and now the hunter's right back onto the psychologist. Things are looking incredibly good for this hunter. He does have hot wax, so he will be able to down her immediately. The forward has already gone down as well, so things are suddenly looking incredibly good for Wolves, ChoAi, and it looks like XY will have to come for the save because the fire investigator is injured and will not be able to come for the save. Body blocking for the psychologist may not have paid off in this instance since the forward went down together, and it looks like XY is almost there. Will she be able to make it to the chair before the hunter is getting a lot of wax onto the survivor? Gets 100% wax. He's being very patient here and has the fire wax and is able to down the mechanic, and that's, oh my goodness, that's another down on the side of the survivors with fire investigator available, but the only survivor at half health with 2 inflatable airbags. Hunter is going to bring the mechanic and chair this mechanic right away. Hunter's already found the fire investigator. Trying to utilize his inflatable airbags, but he's going to be running into the survivor. Was going to block some of the wax, is able to bounce closer to the chair, but is going to go down, and that's a 4-man elimination for the side of Wolves Hunter. And because of the point differentials and round wins, that is a win for the side of Wolves. Congratulations.
どちらも昔から存在するこの IV が
いい成績を残している。
そうなってますよね。
はい。確かに。今回そのホームの利用をどれだけ生かしていけるかというのマップは赤の境界、月の川高。
墓守は詰めてるし、ゴリ攻めてくると思います。ここは。
はい。
GG Hunter going against GR Survivors. It will be Anne on Red Church. A very interesting pick on the side of the Hunters. Usually we don't see an Anne pick as the first round. We usually see Goatman, Hullabaloo, or even Ivy as the MRC Hunter likes to start off with, but we'll see how well GG Xawm does with this Anne, and it looks like her first chase will be the mechanic is able to already stun her, jump closer to her, and she will be taking the first hit here. It looks like the bot was already placed outside since we can see that a little percentage of the bot has been used up as AK runs towards the pallet here at stone walls, is able to latch on the cat onto the survivor right away. She will be jumping, closing the distance, and will be downing her here at this little rock area. We'll be cheering her for the first time. Cypher Machines at 43, 45, and 38%, so not a lot of progress, but we do see that as soon as the mechanic is chaired, the bot will start working on a new Cypher Machine, so they will have 4 Cypher Machines. It looks like Heart is the closest survivor to the mechanic, but they may choose to save after half so they can have as much progress on that Cypher as possible. The Hunter will be throwing the cats towards the where Heart is, but it looks like Iron will be coming in for the rescue, recalling the cats with the cross. Was able to get the save before the cats came back, but the mechanic taking the hit right away. However, she does have tie turner, so she will be able to buy more time and therefore decode even longer. We can see if the anti-courier will stick around to harass, but it doesn't look like the anti-courier will stay. She's going back to her church Cypher Machine and trying to finish that up. The cats are being thrown towards Heart, and the Hunter will be bringing the mechanic to the chair for the second time here. It seems like she's going to be chairing her outside of the church this time, so she'll have a better view of the surroundings, especially if there's walls around, survivors can hide behind them. Hunter is now going after Iron, is going to be pushing her off of that Cypher Machine, and it looks like Heart will be coming in for the save. Hunter has thrown her cats towards the chair and will be getting them recalled to the chair. We see that the Gravekeeper is still in his shovel form, will be taking the hit out of his shovel, and will get the save onto the mechanic for the second time. The survivors are body blocking for the mechanic, so we can see that Iron plans to harass and try to lengthen the lifespan of this mechanic, but Hunter is able to snipe her out and get the hit onto the mechanic right away. She will be dying here in this far corner. Cypher Machines are looking incredibly good. Hunter is just trying to get the anti-courier to leave this area so she can pick up this survivor without too much trouble. Isn't able to take a single hit onto this anti-courier. Is able to get the Gravekeeper out of his shovel, or he ran out of shovel. It looks like the anti-courier is still at full health. Hunter is silencing this anti-courier so that she won't be able to stun this Hunter. She's trying to block the entrance. The 2 survivors are blocking the exit, but it looks like she will be able to get her to the chair. But wonderful stun by the anti-courier. The Hunter is unable to take the mechanic to the chair. Wonderful stun once again. Gravekeeper will be taking the hit and will be going down for this mechanic. Hunter refuses to chair this Gravekeeper, and he's going for the mechanic. Cypher Machines are primed and ready. Another stun onto the mechanic. She will be finally hitting the mechanic, but Cypher Machines popped. She had borrowed time. She's getting right back up, and the Hunter is going for the chase, trying to chair this mechanic once again. And mechanic is doing a very good job hiding behind these walls. A lot of pallets still to work with. Hunter does have detention, so she will still be able to down her, and if she could transition further away, it looks like she will be able to down this mechanic. Finally, exit gate, however, is being opened up already at 90%, and the Hunter will be chairing this mechanic outside of church. The exit gate is open, and that's a 3-man escape for the side of GR Survivors.
なんですけど、でもそこで特質を1台を上げれるかどうかの中で先に今年は行くと安心していってらんないっていう感覚でもあるでしょうしね。はい、ありますね。おかしくカード見に行くと思うので。
GR Hunter going against GG Survivors. It will be Hullabaloo on the red shirt. He's making his way towards TX, who is the female dancer. She does have 3 music boxes to work with at the beginning of this game, so as long as she can buy enough time with these music boxes, the survivors will be able to decode. It looks like the hunter has already gotten the black ball and the white ball onto this female dancer with his clone. She's waiting around here, already threw down her music box under this pallet, trying to secure it, and she's going to utilize her spin to make it to the next pallet, throwing down another slow music box under this pallet. So if the hunter wants to destroy this music box, he has to destroy this pallet first. Will be able to make it to, will be eating the hit there instead while trying to throw down this pallet. We have the, she's going to place another slow music box here underneath this pallet. Hunter will be breaking this pallet, and it doesn't look like he's going to be breaking this music box as she transitions away towards the middle of stone walls. Hunter will be jumping right over those walls, catching up to her incredibly quickly. Already the white ball and the red ball landed onto the survivor and sniping her out while spinning. The color palette is able to down this survivor for the first time. If she can return to the back gate, she will be able to possibly rebound Kite because she has 3 slow music boxes in that area, and the hunter has already found the survivor coming in for the save. It is 18. He did utilize his jetpack to make it to the chair, was able to get the save, still at full health, so things are looking incredibly good for the GR hunter. But he was finally injured, and the hunter is going back towards TX in order to injure the survivor once again. Is able to snipe her out. Wonderful precision on the side of this Hullabaloo. The female dancer is going to go and die in a far corner as soon as Tide Turner ends. Hunter will be breaking this pallet and will be bringing the survivor to the chair for the second time. He does not plan on ever getting rid of these slow music boxes. He's going to be chairing her away from the slow music boxes towards the outside of Shack. This is not the best area for survivors to save because there's no obstacles or things such as windows and pallets nearby this chair, and the hunter can catch you very far away from this chair as you're approaching, so that always gives a very good advantage to the hunter. Is already in his shovel form, so he may get it closer to the chair, is able to get out of his shovel and is able to get the save before she expires with Tide Turner. Hunter, however, did damage the Gravekeeper and is still going for this Gravekeeper, getting the Gravekeeper hit for the second time. So if the hunter downs this female dancer, it's a double down situation, and things will start looking amazing for the GR Jin. And it looks like she was able to spin and avoid getting hit. She's outlasting this. Tide Turner is able to make it to her slow box yet again, has this one pallet to work with, and is just buying so much more time for her teammates. Jin, continuously going around, looping this area, trying to get the down on this female dancer, is forced to break this music box as TX transitions towards the next pallet in this area. Hunter jumping right over, she's doubling back, is able to get the red ball and the white ball and snipe her down with the black ball, and will be returning her to the manor for the first time. We see that 3 cipher machines have been completed, the 4th cipher machine at 93% and the 5th cipher machine at 69%. So cipher machines are looking incredibly good, and we can see that 2 survivors have been injured. The Gravekeeper has gotten back up, and we have a full health on the Embalmer. And if we do look at the traits, we see the borrow time is only on the Gravekeeper, so endgame we do not want the Gravekeeper to be chaired. And it looks like the hunter will be finding 18 and will attempt to down the survivor next. Just needs to land the black ball onto the survivor, and the survivor on this will be able to down this airplane just right away as he's vaulting this pallet. They really need to prime up and finish up this last cipher machine. It does look like the Embalmer is in this area. Most likely the survivor coming in for the save. I'm just going to teleport to the red carpet. Will be running into the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper went into his shovel form right away, and it looks like the hunter plans to down the survivor instead of chairing this aeroplanist. Is able to down this Gravekeeper, but the coffin is on this Gravekeeper, so he can be resurrected, and they don't have to go for the save, and they can push that last cipher machine. He just placed the coffin towards the back gate where he will be resurrected. Hunter is setting up clones to see if there's a survivor in the vicinity, and it looks like Ppei is coming in towards Graveyard, and Kukao is working on that cipher machine, but not quite touching that cipher machine. It looks like a new cipher machine is getting started on. Hunter is still trying to find a target. He's now going towards Kakao. Nope, he's gonna be going back towards red carpet. And it looks like 18 is making his way towards the red carpet area, and the hunter is just waiting for the survivor that plans to work on this cipher machine. Ppei is also on the opposite side of graveyard, attempting to go towards the red carpet. Hunter now going back towards Kakao, just utilized his teleport, so it's still on cooldown at 23 seconds. Not sure who he wants to guard this cipher machine because he knows there's lots of progress on it, but he also wants to down a survivor. But none of the survivors are approaching the cipher machine, and they're just starting a new cipher because they know it's heavily guarded by this hunter. So the hunter will be going after this aeroplanist next. Hasn't been able to land a single ball on him quite yet. Is able to finally land the red ball onto the survivor, and he's doing a very good job avoiding any other color. We see a heal onto the gravekeeper, so things are looking incredible. Oh, it's not a heal. It was they popped the cipher machine. And it looks like it's the end game with 3 survivors, and we see that she was finally able to down this aeroplanist. The exit gate is being opened up. Hunter teleported to the exit gate, and the survivors were not there, so they're at back gate. So he unfortunately teleported to the wrong gate. He has to chair 18 because the dungeon is in this area, which ensures 2 survivors escaping for the side of GG. So it's looking like a 2-man elimination for GR Hunter. And the survivors have just arrived to backgate, and they will be leaving.
踊り子オルゴールの置き方も綺麗だった。
選手のしっかりと離れていったのが良かったですよね。
確かに。マップパワーでいうとやはり道を回してという。
GR Hunter going against GG survivors. It will be Wax Artist on Ever Sleeping Town. So the map layout for this map really helps Wax Artists aim and get the wax on the survivors, since they're very open areas. They're squares, so it's hallways, straight lanes, straight alleyways, so it's very easy for wax to really build up onto the survivors as they're looping buildings or looping areas. We'll be running into Ppei, who is the anti-Aquarian. She's using her stick for faster mobility. Needs to be careful here as she transitions and is able to avoid the line of sight. For now is hiding behind this wooden wall. Hunter's trying to get wax on her through the window and is able to get 100% wax as she's vaulting this pallet, is able to get the first hit onto this anti-Aquarian. Anti-Aquarian, however, isn't going to leave this area anytime soon. Is able to make that pallet vault, but already 64% wax, so wax is building up quite quickly on this anti-Aquarian. Is able to avoid getting wax. For now, the pallet here is already broken. She has 1 pallet to work with, but is getting the 100% wax and will be downing her fairly quickly here. And we can see that the cipher machines are at 64, 49, and 52%. We can see TX is in the cipher machine towards the corner of Fake Gate. 18 is near Dancing Geisha. Looks like Hunter will be throwing that wax ball to block off that cipher machine. Was it blocked off though? It doesn't show us, but we see that the 18 prisoner is going towards graveyard, so most likely blocked off that cipher machine. Hunter now using his wax gun to block off the graveyard cipher machine, and is really stopping the cipher progress for the side of the survivors. Hunter is continuously throwing wax towards 18 cipher machine, and it doesn't look like any of the survivors are coming for the rescue. Kakao actually has left his cipher machine and is making his way to save after half, going up the stairs. Hunter hasn't quite noticed him yet, and it looks like he will be jumping down from the stairs and coming for this rescue, getting the ordinary hit and getting the save before she expires with Tide Turner. So if she's chaired, she will be returning to the manor. Hunter is throwing a lot of wax towards the anti-Aquarian. Needs to be careful of the tram. Will be breaking this pallet here, so now she doesn't really have much area to loop around. Is able to get the 100% wax and down her for the final time. Since she was saved after half, she will be returning to the manor. We don't see much survivors here that can harass, and so it does look like she'll just be chaired right away. Prisoner could possibly help with the stuns, but it's not a long stun, it's not that effective. It's just used for very short periods of time, will be utilizing Warp to run into Kukao, who has popped his pocket watch right away, is doing a very good job avoiding hits. Oh, was a little bit of wax piling here. It is the middle area, has 3 pallets to work with, but the obstacles are very low, so the hunter can just shoot his wax over the obstacles without having to actually go around and chase the survivor. He is able to make it to this pallet and throw it down. There's a little bit of walls here to give him cover, but it looks like he's going to be transitioning out of the walls into the double pallets, and his pocket watch has been used up. So now the hunter can see his image without having to go after the will be taking the hit and will be going down for the first time. We can see that 3 cipher machines have been completed, the 4th cipher machine at 70%, the 5th cipher machine at 53%, and 2 full health survivors, and they also have the psychologist that could either heal or take a hit. So it does look like the psychologist is going to be coming in for the save because she is the closest, and they have significant cipher progress, is avoiding getting hit so far, but she needs to be careful of the hot wax now because he is at full presence, is going to be getting the hot wax, but it's a psychologist, so she can't eat another hit before going down. So it looks like the hunter will be going after the psychologist with the hot wax at 70%, 80%. She needs to be careful not to accumulate any more hot wax, but the hunter is able to down this psychologist, and we see that the survivor is actually nearby here. So Kukao is most likely going to come for the save because he does have borrowed time along with the psychologist, so they could definitely push this and go for this save. Is going to get the terror shock. They're going to pop the cipher machines. He's going to get back up and he's going to get the save onto the psychologist, utilizing his pocket watch to get away from this hunter, but it looks like the hunter will be going after this first officer next, and he hasn't quite located the actual body, but he is eating quite a lot of wax at 48%. He is getting a little bit of cover from those obstacles, is able to continuously avoid getting waxed, and is just buying so much time for his teammates. We see the opposite exit gate is being opened up at 70% already, so it will be ready, and the psychologist is also waiting at this opposite exit gate, and only 40% wax onto this first officer. His watch is gone. 2 survivors have already left. Is the hunter going to be able to down this survivor anytime soon? I mean, we could possibly go for the dungeon, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to leave this area at all. We're gonna use the blink down and finally down this first officer, securing the 2-man elimination for the GR hunter.
7-2で返せるところまで
GG Hunter going against GR survivors. It will be Hullabaloo on Ever Sleeping Town. It looks like he's making his way towards Iron first, who is the airplanist, has thrown down this pallet so he can continuously loot this area. Hunter is going to go around. Nope, he's going to do the backlight trick and try to catch him off guard. Iron, however, being very patient, is at the pallets, utilizing his jetpack to avoid getting hit by the clone. So wonderful job on the side of Iron, not falling for the mind games, is able to transition right away from this hunter. Hunter's going to be breaking this pallet so he can't continuously loop around this building, and he's going to be transitioning to the double pallets near the exit gate. Hunter is catching up here. Wonderful job. Oh, slide down with the clone. Wonderful precision on the side of this Hullabaloo as he transitions around this area. He still has 1 jetpack left to utilize and the upward propel. So if he is in a dire circumstance, he can utilize his last items. The hunter is able to get the black bomb onto this survivor, is going to dash right next to him, catching up to him very quickly. He has gotten the white ball, and he's going to flywheel and avoid getting hit. Is able to utilize his last jetpack to come into the triple pallet area, waiting behind this pallet. He cannot get hit with the red zone. Hunter's going to jump right over and finally down this airplanist for the first time. We can see the cipher machines are at 89, 66, and 66%. We see hearts already in this area. Hunter is trying to snipe him out. He's going to go towards the it's going to be pushed with the inflatable airbag, and he's trying to utilize his abnormal, but we got a free backdoor rescue by Heart, and now airplanist is up and running around this building. Has quite a lot of distance far away. AK's cipher machine is right here, but the hunter is ignoring him completely and going back for this airplanist. Airplanist trying to hide and get away from this hunter, but unfortunately the hunter rotated his color wheel and was able to snipe out the airplanist, downing him for the second time. However, 3 survivors are still at full health. The hunter did abnormal the middle cipher machine, but it looks like they're able to finish their second cipher machine so far. AC is not approaching the hunter quite yet. AK is nearby. It is the embalmer, so a possible rescue, but it doesn't look like the survivors are approaching this hunter, so it does look like they're going to allow the airplanist to return to the manor since he doesn't have any items left. And the survivor with the tie turner is the fire investigator, but he's not anywhere close by, so hunter will be going towards this middle cipher machine. That abnormal did quite a lot of damage because now the survivors only have 2 cipher machines completed. The hunter is now going towards AC, the fire investigator. Not a good chase for the side of the survivors because he's the only other survivor with tie turner left. But it looks like the hunter is going to be committing onto this survivor. He's going to utilize his ball and will be able to bounce out of that situation. And the hunter's just going to jump right over this wall and close the distance and get the hit onto this survivor. He threw down this pallet so that he can gain a little distance away from this hunter, but he's slowly getting cornered and he is able to get the vault, avoiding the black area, and the hunter is going to be breaking the pallets here so he can't loot this area too much, and trying to snipe him out with the clone. Is able to avoid this clone. Wonderful job with the side steps. Hunter is going to be rotating his color wheel and yet again avoiding this area. Will be sniping him out eventually, and will take the fire investigator down for the first time. You can see 2 cipher machines are completed. The 3rd cipher machine at 86, the 4th cipher machine at 65, the 5th cipher machine at 24%, and the additional cipher machine at 1%. So hunter's going to be teleporting to Hart, who is the mercenary, coming in for the rescue here, going towards the graveyard. Hunter is going to utilize his dash and jump over the wall to meet the mercenary at the chair. Is able to get the injury onto the mercenary. He hasn't gotten the save quite yet. He needs to approach the chair. Is going to take the 2nd hit and get the save off onto the fire investigator. However, fire investigator not getting much distance away from this hunter. Doesn't have any inflatable airbags to work with. Hunter is bombarding him with the clone and his main body. Oh, does have the fire investigator's ball here and will be able to bounce off to gain a little more distance away from this hunter. He's going to be looping this area and trying to make it back to his inflatable airbag, but isn't able to do so and will be going down here for the 2nd time. Double down situation since mercenary is also down, and it looks like the hunter is getting ready to down the survivor coming in for the rescue. He does have tinnitus, so he knows the survivor is going to be coming in for the rescue. It is going to be AK, and the reason they have to go for this rescue is because the mercenary is down. So you want to keep the hunter occupied so that he can't chair the mercenary as well or go for a different survivor. So is going to get the flywheel and avoid getting injury and get the save off onto the fire investigator. And the hunter is back on this fire investigator. The mercenary is back up. Balmer's still at full health, so things aren't quite over for the survivors, but the fire investigator is taken down for the final time and will be returning to the manor. We have one survivor at full health and the other survivor at half health, so things are looking quite challenging since they don't have enough progress on the last cipher machine. Hunter is going to utilize his clones to find where AK currently is. Does see the blood trails, is going to jump right over the walls and get the snipe onto the embalmer. Embalmer hiding behind these 2 pallets will be throwing down one of the pallets and getting the vault, but has landed the red and white ball on this survivor. Does need to avoid the black area. We have the clone up and running. The main body has sniped this embalmer down. Will be picking him up and will not be chairing him. He just picked him up so that he won't be able to resurrect on his coffin. Will be teleporting to Hart's cipher machine with barely any progress, and it looks like he'll be breaking this pallet and attempting to down this mercenary for the 2nd time. Mercenary already utilized self-heal, so he will not be getting up anytime soon, and then he can just use the slugging method and down the embalmer again and get this potential 4-man elimination situation. So the reason he played Anne in the beginning is so that he could play, oh, it looks like he was able to down this mercenary once again. Now he's going towards the embalmer. The embalmer is doing something to his coffin. He is able to give the coffin to the mercenary. Will he resurrect him? He will resurrect him since the mercenary does not have self-heal. So now the hunter is going to be going for the mercenary to ensure this mercenary cannot get up anymore. Already has the black ball and the white ball onto this mercenary. As soon as he's been resurrected, needs to avoid the red area. He does have a little bit of tie turner, but is sniped out and will be going down for the final time. Hunter now only has to concentrate on downing this embalmer. Yeah, this is looking like a 4-man elimination. They just don't have enough Cypher Machine progress. So even though the Hunter allowed the survivors to get the free rescue, that abnormal really did so much damage to the survivors. We'll be breaking this pallet here and catching up to AK very soon. AK trying to make more distance, make it to the pallet here. But it looks like he's able to land the white ball and the black ball onto this embalmer, and just needs to land the red ball, and it's over for the GR survivors. Doing the best he can with what he has, but Mercenary can't get up, and will finally down this embalmer and get that 4-man elimination.
中央の暗号機上げ切るだけの時間は与えてくれなかった。そうですね。この時の公開し。
GG Hunter going against GR survivors, it will be BonBon on Arms Factory. If we look at the survivor comp on the side of GR, we have the Coordinator, First Officer, and Weeping Clown. That's 3 rescuers, which means Cypher decoding is going to be incredibly slow, and they are going to have to play very safe. That's why they have lots of rescuers, and they must have been expecting a BonBon because it's incredibly hard to save against a BonBon. It looks like the Hunter will be running into AK first. So on the side of the survivors, they need to ensure that the postman does not get chased and he can decode as much as possible. So it does look like they were able to avoid the postman getting chased first, and the Hunter will be going for AK at this time. Is throwing bombs at this pallet, will be utilizing her stun gun while he's out in the open so that he can't hide behind any obstacles. And it looks like he will be changing targets and going towards AC. So this is the one scenario that the survivors wanted to avoid. Will AC be able to hide behind these walls? The Hunter is aware of the general direction of this survivor, but will he be able to? Oh, we see him peeking out of the walls and was able to see him throwing bombs his way. Already got the chip bomb onto the survivor, has the dog bite to slow him down, was able to get that window vault. Hunter throwing more bombs through this. Oh, we're going to utilize warp to get past that window vault, and he's going to be running into the survivor. He's so close, and he will be getting the down onto the postman very earlier on. However, there is a lot more Cypher progress than anticipated because the postman was the second chase, and the coordinator now no longer has stun gun to utilize. So this is going to be a very tricky save, especially since it's a BonBon, and he's very good with his bomb placements. It looks like there is a survivor coming in for the save. It's Hart, the first officer. If he can utilize his pocket watch as well, he can avoid getting sniped. We do see the Hunter uses his time bomb and gets the chip damage onto the first officer. First officer utilizing his pocket watch to make his way towards the chair, has avoided getting hit by another bomb, is going to take the normal hit and will be able to get the save with Tide Turner. Hunter, however, not losing sight of AC, is able to hit him as he's getting that window vault and is able to down him. First officer at 75% health, has utilized one pocket watch. It looks like the Hunter is just going to go for AC, but he's going in the wrong direction. Okay, it looks like he was trying to get a little more from that exchange, but it does look like he'll just be taking the postman and to the chair for the second time. 3 Cypher machines have been completed, the 4th Cypher machine at 6% and the 5th Cypher machine at 0%. So things are looking good for the side of the Hunter. It looks like Hart is going to stick around in this area. I'm not sure if he's going to be coming in for the... Oh, we see Iron coming in here with the rocket chair and is able to stun a little, slowing down the Hunter, and is able to get the save. Wonderful job. Sniping the postman with the time bomb, so the postman will be going down once again, unable to do any rebound kite whatsoever. Weeping Clown with chip damage, and it looks like the only full health survivor is the coordinator, but the coordinator does not have Tide Turner, so going for the rescue after this is going to be quite challenging. Hunter's going to be bringing the postman to the chair for the final time, returning him to the manor. We don't have quite a lot of progress on the last 2 Cypher machines. That could be quite a problem issue for the side of the survivors. It looks like the survivors are going to be leaving the shack area, and the Hunter is expecting a survivor there. We have 2 Cypher machines here, and it looks like Iron is going to be staying behind and attempting to take this kite. We'll see if the Hunter does end up chasing Iron, is able to avoid getting another chip damage here, is able to get the window vault, but sniped out with the time bomb. GG's doing a very good job with his bombs, just really landing all these chip damages to the survivors. So even if they heal up, they're only gonna they'll still have a chip damage left, especially on the first officer. But Weeping Clown, he's still at half health, so he'll still be at full health if he's healed. But it doesn't look like the hunter will be leaving the survivor anytime soon. He can take the kite since he still has 2 rocket. Oh my goodness, another chip damage onto the Weeping Clown. He's going to have to leave this area completely. He's going to use his rocket to transition to the corner walls. Hunter is looking at the ciphers that are wiggling. We see 4 cipher machines have finally been completed, but the 5th cipher machine is quite lacking. Hunter is now going to run into AK and get a time bomb chip onto the coordinator. Hunter now going back towards Iron, once again heading towards the shack area, is throwing more bombs towards his general direction, is not able to snipe him quite yet, but he now sees where he is. Does still have 1 more rocket to utilize to transition away, is getting a very good job avoiding these chip damages, but the hunter is closing in. The distance is getting closer and closer, and he's just going to hit him with the normal swing, downing the survivor for the first time. Last cipher machine at 87%, so it is looking like an endgame situation. All 3 survivors have borrowed time, so if they can just get this save without going down to a bomb, they will be fine. It looks like she's going to fly wheel but get the normal hit and get the save onto the Weeping Clown. Cipher machines pop. The survivors are at mostly full health, still a few chip damage on the coordinator and the first officer, but the hunter is going to go for AK next, and she is the closest, and she's making her way towards the shack window. Will she be able to get this ball? She's going to get that chip damage. Hunter's going to blink and he's going to miss. He had the coordinator with a magician stick, and she mind gamed him and vaulted the window, avoiding the hit. The dungeon is in this area. She's doing a very good job mind gaming this hunter, but he is sniped out with the time ball. However, both exit gates are open, and that's a 2-man escape for the side of GR survivors.
ボンボン相手引き分けを取り切ってみせました GR です。
このサバイバー力、さすがですね。
確かに。まあそれでも引き分け持ってきるだけのサバイバー余裕はありましたので、勝利となる GG です。サバイバー全員が室外機
GR
反射
Hunter
採用
going
となりました。
against GG survivors. It will be IV on Arms Factory. The win condition for GR is he needs to get a 3-man elimination. Anything less than that is a loss for GR. So the pressure is on. He needs to be incredibly aggressive. He will be infecting the fire investigator first, and his main body will be chasing him towards corner walls. The ghost going towards middle, where he will be running into 18, will be infecting this survivor and recalling the ghost, trying to concentrate on downing this fire investigator as quickly as possible. Has 60% corruption on him, is able to throw down this pallet, and the ghost is waiting for him on the other side. The Ghost is on cooldown, so he can't infect him quite yet, so no tablets in this area. Is going to utilize his inflatable airbag to transition out of the corner walls, going towards factory. We have 3 pallets here to work with. The Ghost trying to get a scare on, able to get the 100% scare onto the fire investigator. Was attempting to get an additional 40% scare, but wasn't able to do so, and will just be getting the first hit onto the survivor. Ghost now going inside a factory, trying to infect TX so that she can try and slow down the cipher progress. Will be recalling the ghost to the main body and sending it towards Ppei, going towards the shack. Is able to infect him once again, utilizing his inflatable airbag, but the scare, so it cancels out his dash, but he is able to still make it to these pallet. We see that the acrobat was able to throw down the pallet for this survivor, allowing him to transition away. Acrobat trying to harass as well with his multicolored balls, and will be getting the white ball, but it doesn't look like he'll be giving any free hits to this Ivy. Blinking and isn't able to get the hit onto this acrobat. He's able to avoid and throw down this pallet, so that's buying so much time for the side of the survivors. Is able to finally get the 100% corruption and land a damage to the acrobat. However, that's still not downing any survivor, so they're just taking turns getting hit. No one's getting chaired. We have 2 cipher machines completed. The hunter still hasn't downed a survivor. Is going to be recalling the ghost and sending it back towards Ppei and concentrate on this fire investigator once again. He does have 1 inflatable airbag to utilize. And the ghost is nearby, needs to get some scares here and get some more corruption to try and down the survivor. The ghost is on the outside of factory. The main body inside of factory is able to infect the survivor, trying to trick him into entering factory, but did not do so. Has 22% corruption, not a lot, and did throw his inflatable airbag, but the main body stopped him from getting close. Is going to try and loop this area, has a pallet to work with, is able to throw down this pallet and get the pallet vault, so a little bit of speed. He does have knee-jerk reflex, so he will be getting some speed while making those vaults. Still not able to down this survivor, trying to trick him, and is able to get 74% corruption. But again, he's maintaining such a good far-away distance from the survivor, unable to get the scare with the ghost. Just doing a very good job with the mind games and tricking this hunter and not looking in the areas she's expecting the survivor to look. And it looks like the ghost will be sandwiching him against this body once again, but is able to swiggle through and make it to the walls away from the main body. But there's no pallets here. Oh, there's one pallet there. Okay, we'll finally be able to down this fire investigator. But if you look at the cipher progress, it's incredibly good. They have so much progress. It's already endgame, and this is the first chair. We see 4 cipher machines will be completed, and the last cipher machine is prime. So this is already endgame. She still hasn't chaired this fire investigator. They were able to pop that cipher machine. Last cipher machine, they're just waiting at 99%, and it does look like they're just going to go ahead and pop right away. The fire investigator has gotten up. The hunter just downed this fire investigator, but she needs to chair this fire investigator, which allows the survivors to open up the exit gates. And this is looking like a 2-man or 3-man escape at this point for the side of GG. Hunter is just going to have to teleport and ensure that the survivors do not open up these exit gates. She'll be running into 18, who is the acrobat, and she's just going to leave the fire investigator on the ground for now. She's going to infect the mercenary and blink, and finally downing this acrobat. However, the fire investigator has gotten back up. Exit gates being opened up at 80%. Hunter needs to quickly stop that exit gate from being open, but it's open, and the hunter is now going towards 18, trying to chair at least the acrobat, and the opposite exit gate still hasn't been open. It looks like all the survivors are coming towards the exit gate that has been opened up. Hunter is trying to chair this acrobat, but is struggling to do so. Meanwhile, all the survivors are going to the open exit gate. Finally able to chair this acrobat for the first time. ChoAi hanging back and attempting to go for a rescue if necessary. It will be infecting the mercenary, and the ghost will be going towards the exit gate. The main body is trying to camp this chair. ChoAi is pressuring this chair. Hunter is unable to leave, and it looks like the opposite exit gate is finally being opened up by Ppei, and she will be infecting him and will be teleporting, getting 100% and downing the fire investigator once again. However, backdoor rescue onto the acrobat. The professor has already left. It's looking like a 3-man escape. The hunter is bringing the fire investigator to the chair, and the 2 survivors are running towards the exit. We see he's holding his acrobat ball. ChoAi's coming in for the rescue once again. That's a 2-man escape. They want more. And it looks like the mercenary is going towards the exit gate. Still not open. It's at 92%. And the hunter's detention is over. He will be opening up that exit gate. Hunter will be trying to get more corruption. He's going towards the chair. He wants more. And the hunter will be infecting and teleporting to the chair. And she will not be able to hit him quite yet. She's being very patient here. Is able to get the save. Hunter will be getting the hit onto the mercenary, but he has delayed damage. He's running towards the exit. Hunter is now going towards... Oh my goodness, he's escaped. Now Ppei is running, utilizing his inflatable airbag to make it to the opposite exit gate. Hunter is going to be infecting him and teleporting to him. 19% corruption. The dungeon is in this area, and he's so close. Will the hunter be able to cut him off? He's almost there. He's gonna double back. Hunter's gonna hit him, and he's not gonna be able to get the dungeon. But that's a 3-man escape for GG, so they will be winning this matchup.
改めまして得になりました。いやー、救助職での MVP 残せていないと。いうですけれども、こと COA に限って言えば T、 ただまあ先ほどのマイクパフォーマンスにポーズ取っちゃってまし
それは
たから
もうそうですよね。
前向いて堂々としましたね。
第1ラウンドの舞台は軍需工場
無傷時間が長い編成占い師になりましたので、ここはもう予想して、
ZETA Hunter going against TE survivors. It will be Hullabaloo on Arms Factory. Spawn at the factory going towards Yang Y, who is the seer going in the corner walls. We can see the hunter has seen the bullet trails of the survivor will be vaulting into this hunter, but that's okay because he does have knee-jerk reflex and he does have that speed boost to help him transition away from this hunter, making his way towards the pallet. Has gotten the red ball onto the seer so far. Will be breaking this pallet, making it hard for the survivors to loop this area in the future. Being very patient here, waiting at the wall corner edge, and the hunter was just went ahead and vaulted that window, is able to get the white ball and get the hit with the seer owl. So still at full health, hunter reapplying the white bomb onto the seer, and seer waiting behind this pallet here. Needs to be very careful. Oh, running into the hunter. Hunter jumping right over the wall, is able to get the black and white ball onto the survivor. Needs to avoid the red zone, but he ran into the red area and will be getting the hit onto the seer. Already reapplying the red ball and the white ball as he is transitioning and trying to hide behind this wall. Needs to avoid the black area, but isn't able to do so, downing the seer for the first time. Cypher machines looking pretty good at 90%, 91%, and 67%. Hunter is going to be breaking the pallets in this area, making it harder for the survivors to loop. We see that Yihua is already making his way towards the chair. It is the Gravekeeper, a very likely, very highly picked survivor to counter the Hullabaloo. Hunter trying to stack up on the balls on the Gravekeeper so that he can down the survivor or possibly get a terror shock, but isn't able to do so, finally injuring this Gravekeeper now. Looks like he wants a double down situation. Oh my goodness, getting the second hit incredibly quickly and catching up to the seer who had left this area and hasn't been able to quite land a bomb onto this seer, but is closing in with the dash and the jump over the walls. Is able to get the white and red ball on the seer right away. Needs to avoid the black zone. Hunter is able to down him right away. So a double down situation for the hunter. Is going to chair the seer for the second time. It looks like the psychologist is coming in for the save once again. She does have Ty Turner. Hunter has found her already with the clone and hasn't quite landed a bomb color on her, but will be able to get the black bomb on her and the white ball as she's making her way to the chair. Oh, injuring her with the red bomb next, and is able to get the save with Ty Turner before he expires. Is able to get a double hit onto the psychologist. He wants more. Oh my goodness. Got another hit onto the psychologist, and he's going back for more and going after this seer. Is able to get the red zone onto the seer. Doesn't quite have an owl ready yet. Has the white bomb on the seer. The psychologist has gone down. He did outlast Ty Turner. Is able to flywheel and avoid getting hit. Avoid getting down and hit, and is able to make it to the middle pallet. Has an owl also available and is able to kite for even longer. 4 Cypher machines have been completed. The last Cypher machine at 45%. The seer is buying so much time, but he will eventually go down and return to the manor since this is his third chair. Cypher progress looking incredibly good. We see the survivors have all gotten up. The psychologist also, with that stress, is able to heal herself up completely. Hunter is going to teleport and go towards Li Bao, who is the puppeteer. The puppeteer hasn't seen this hunter quite yet, so he is still at full health. Is able to get the black ball, but it doesn't look like it's the survivor the hunter was looking for. The survivor the hunter wants to see is most likely the Gravekeeper because he's at half health. Oh, but it looks like he's going to be running into the psychologist. No, he's not going to go towards that direction. We can see that Yihua is somewhere around factory, staying very far away from this hunter, and the hunter is going to utilize his clone to look at the general direction of survivors. A new Cypher machine is being started on, and it looks like he will have to settle for going after the psychologist since he's unable to find the other survivor that he wants to chase, and is able to get the red and white ball on the psychologist. She's doing a very good job hiding in the corner, but hit with the clone and is able to injure the survivor once again. has the black bomb and the red bomb, needs to avoid the white zone. Hunter jumps over the obstacle and is able to sniper out with the white zone. We see that Cypher machines are at 93%. It looks like they should push this Cypher machine, but the psychologist does not have... Oh my goodness, they're gonna pop the Cypher machine, go into his graveyard dig, what is it called? River. Okay, and the hunter will be changing targets, going towards the psychologist. Psychologist doesn't have self-heal, so the puppeteer is trying to pick her up, but wasn't able to do so. As soon as the hunter makes his way back to this survivor, it does look like he sees the blood trails of this puppeteer. So now the next target is the puppeteer. Hunter does not have detention, so he will be able to eat up quite a lot of hits, but the psychologist can't get back up. So either the gravekeeper needs to come and pick up the psychologist, or he just needs to open the exit gate and go for this one-man escape. The dungeon is in this area, but the psychologist is going to take quite a lot of time to bleed out, is in his puppet form, and is able to make it to this pallet back in his normal form. Hunter is trying to get more damage onto this puppeteer. He can use his ability one more time. He's trying to make his way towards the exit, is able to get the hit with inside of puppet form. Waiting around here at this pallet and looping this area, Hunter is getting the black and the red bomb and is able to down this puppeteer, and it looks like he will be chairing this puppeteer near the psychologist so the gravekeeper can't heal her up so she can get back up. She is crawling away from her original area, but it does look like the hunter did see her. So gonna chair him at this exit gate that hasn't been opened next to the psychologist. Oh, it doesn't look like the psychologist was seen by this hunter, so he's still looking for her in the wrong corner. She's crawled all the way. Hunter's gonna be teleporting to the opposite exit gate that has been opened, and it looks like the gravekeeper isn't anywhere. Oh, gravekeeper has already left, and the hunter is just looking for a psychologist. We can see that the dungeon is still in this area, not open, because both survivors are still on the ground and still on the map. It looks like she'll be running into the hunter now and will be chaired, so that's a 3-man elimination for the ZETA Hunter Peter.
見事フラバルーで3人釣りを果たしてみせました。
というシーンはあったんですけれども、何よりその攻めの姿勢っていうのは第一ブランコ1個も使わないことですね。確かに。で、距離詰めるための空中ブランコ。まあ空軍に対しても採用。こうなると。
The hunter going against the ZETA survivors. It will be Hullabaloo on Arms Factory. He's making his way towards Kazuneko, who is the antiquarian. Does see the blood trails of the survivor as she's trying to creep her way around the walls. Hunter hasn't quite noticed where she is, has now noticed where she is. Will be getting the black bomb on her right away as she transitions away, running around the container, going towards Shack, is able to sniper out with the white ball. Needs to be careful of the red zone, but the hunter is not quite vaulting this window. Kazuneko able to vault this window once again, and utilizing his stick for faster mobility, is making his rounds and is going to be vaulting this. Oh, misses her stun and is able to get the hit onto the antiquarian, getting her 50% damage. Is able to get the pallet stun, however, she already has the red bomb and the white bomb on her, so she needs to avoid the black zone. The hunter is closing in. Oh, he's rotating the color wheel, but isn't able to do so. Flywheel, but is able to snipe her out and down the survivor for the first time. Cypher machines not with a lot of progress. We see Hametu is already in this area getting ready for the rescue. We see wanted order on the coordinator, and the hunter's already landing the white bomb onto this puppeteer. He has made it to the chair in his puppet form and is able to get some distance away from this hunter, and the hunter is able to damage him, but he's once again oh, he utilized his puppet to only get that 25% damage. Now Hunter's going towards Kazuneko once again. Wonderful stun, finally getting the stun onto this hunter. Is able to get the second stun. We see that excitement and downing the antiquarian right away. Now the survivors do know that the hunter does hold excitement, so the coordinator will not utilize her gun unless they hear the hunter changing traits. It does look like Puppeteer will have wanted order, so the puppeteer can't come for this rescue, but he already came for the rescue, so that's not too much of an issue. It looks like the perfumer will be coming in for the rescue, and it looks like the coordinator is also here, so it does look like the coordinator was able to get the rescue instead of the coordinator. I mean, instead of the... Oh, we see that the coordinator utilized her stun gun because excitement is on cooldown, allowing Kazuneko to transition towards corner walls. 3 Cypher Machines completed, the 4th Cypher Machine at 23%, the 5th Cypher Machine at 7%, allowing Kazuneko to get to the walls and possibly, oh, it doesn't look like she was able to kite for much longer, will be returning to the chair and returning to the manor. First survivor to be returned, 3 survivors, 1 survivor at 25% damage, but otherwise they're all quite healthy. They have a lot of resources still to utilize. Perfumer still has 2 perfumes, coordinator has gotten an elbow pad, and the puppeteer can still use his ability 2 more times. Hunter is making his way towards Dolitsu, but is running into Hametu instead, and will be going after this puppeteer instead of whoever was in that corner, and will be breaking this pallet so the survivors can't loop this area. The basement, however, is not here. It looks like it is in factory now. Hunter going towards Dolitsu, who is the perfumer. Perfumer already off of the Cypher Machine. As soon as the survivors communicate to each other, the Hunter has changed targets, is able to get the black and white ball. Oh, wonderful perfume. Is she gonna go back and avoid getting that half damage? No, she's not. She's gonna utilize this area to get far this time, to get away from this Hunter instead, waiting around here at this window. Hunter is waiting for his cooldowns on 4 seconds and is just going to jump over and attempt to get the down onto the survivor. Oh, she returned to her perfume and she has the red and the black bomb on her so far. Isn't able to get the white bomb on her, is going to jump right through. The Japanese commentators are getting excited. Wonderful Palestine on the side of the perfumer, is able to get that window vault. Cypher Machines are primed, Cypher Machines are popped. It's an endgame, 3 survivors. Hunter still unable to down this perfumer. She's just buying so much time for her team. The exit gates haven't still started. Oh, he's going to rotate his color wheel and finally down this perfumer. But this is the first chair for this perfumer. Hametu is staying behind, and it looks like one of the exit gates are being opened by Shinami. Hunter changing to teleport and teleporting to the exit gate. Shinami already left the exit gate. Hametu going for the rescue. It looks like the Hunter is going to be going after the coordinator. She still has an elbow pad to work with that she most likely got from the chest. Is jumping over the walls, but she wasn't on that side of the wall. She was on the, oh my goodness, she doesn't really quite get the elbow pad, but she does flywheel and get to the window, waiting around here at this pallet. Hunter is going to jump right over this pallet and run into the survivor, finally getting a hit onto this coordinator. There was a backdoor save and the puppeteer was able to save the perfumer. The coordinator now running out of options, going to die at this far away corner. The exit gate is being opened up. Is it a possible 2-man escape? We see that teleport is on cooldown, so if they can just open this exit gate fast enough, this is a 2-man escape for the side of ZETA survivors. Hunter is setting up another clone. He's dashing. He's trying to make it to the opposite side of the map, but oh, he needs to be careful. He doesn't want this factory gate to be opened, and that's a 2-man escape for ZETA survivors.
チェイスを強いられる中でショーが届かなかった、キャンセルになってしまった中華街です。ただまあ不気味ですか。はい、攻撃が合うと思います。
ZETA Hunter going against T survivors. It will be Ivy on Chinatown. The ghost is going towards Yang Yi. The main body is going towards Li Bao, who is the patient. The ghost is looking for this explorer, but it won't be able to see him. He is in his itty bitty form, so it's going to be quite a challenge to try and find this explorer. The main body will be recalling the ghost and sending it towards the middle. He will be running into Yihua, who is the wildling. Not a very good chase for the Hunter because he is able to get on his boar, and the time on his boar is very long since it is going to be his first boar, and he has faster movement speed. On his wildling is going to be infecting the weeping clown next. Also not your most ideal chase for the Hunter because he does have 3 rockets to work with and he can maintain a very safe distance away from this Ivy, but it does look like the Hunter has no choice but to go after this weeping clown. Is going to stun the Hunter once with his rocket. Hunter is going towards, oh, it looks like the Hunter's ghost will be finding Yang Yi, who is the explorer. The ghost is, the main body still on the, will be infecting Yang Yi and will be teleporting to the explorer as he tries to kite inside of hotel, blinking right through this pallet. She will be closing the distance, will be able to take a hit here. Oh, Flywheel is able to make it to the pallet and has thrown down this pallet, keeping himself still at full health. However, he does have 58% corruption. So he does need to be careful not to get scared by this ghost that will increase his corruption to 100%. Is able to get the vault at these crumbling windows and is able to get the scare and finally land the first damage to the explorer. Hunter now sending the ghost towards Mao over the side where she'll be meeting Yang Y and will be not getting a scare onto the survivor. So good job avoiding that ghost, even though you don't know where the ghost is looking at you from. It looks like she'll be infecting the weeping clown, making more tablets in this area and restricting Yang Yi's areas in which he can kite. Is able to make that pallet vault, and he does have a knee-jerk reflex, so he will be getting a speed boost every time he goes and vaults a window or a pallet, and will be infecting the explorer once again. The corruption is rising quite. Oh my goodness, is able to get the 100% corruption and will be downing this survivor for the first time. It looks like the ghost is being sent towards Mao and continuously leeching this survivor and stopping the cipher progress. Does look like the hunter sending the ghost towards Li Bao and also trying to infect this prisoner patient, and it looks like the hunter's recalling the ghost, reinfecting Mao once again as he's coming in for the rescue. Trying to get the scare. Oh, he's just gonna go ahead and try and break this tablet and force the hunter to just hit him normally. Is able to break this tablet, stuns him with his rocket and gets a save off onto the explorer before half with Tide Turner. Hunter is going to focus on downing this explorer, and looks like the main body is going to focus on downing this explorer, and the ghost is going to go towards the other half of the map corner, and the flywheel to the next pallet is able to avoid getting. Oh my goodness, is not able to throw down this pallet and loses the mind games against this Ivy, and the Ivy will be able to chair this explorer for the second time, sending the ghost towards Mao and infecting him once again, and now sending the ghost towards Yihua and infecting the wildling as well. Survivors, however, are all at full health, so any survivor could come for this potential save. Wildling is on his board, so it does look like he'll be coming in for the rescue. He is the survivor that also has Tide Turner, so if he does save, he will be able to buy more time for his survivors. 3 cipher machines have been completed, and the remaining 2 cipher machines have quite a lot of progress. So cipher progress is looking incredibly good. He is able to get the save, blink, and will be getting the hit onto the explorer right away, securing her down if not harassed by the other survivors. Will be sending the ghost towards the explorer, making sure that she infects him and is able to safely take him to the chair. Is going to get a free hit onto the patient and stop the cipher from being decoded for now. Is able to find the explorer, is infecting him, recalling the ghost and teleporting to the explorer to make sure the ghost is at the last cipher machine, and the main body is able to chair the survivor Yihua in his. Oh my goodness, she sidestepped and dodged getting the dash and is able to chair this explorer, and explorer is returning to the manor, teleporting back to the last cipher machine where she will be running into Li Bao, who is at half health, so he needs to be careful not to go down next to the last cipher machine. The ghost still going after Li Bao, is infecting him, and the hunter will be teleporting to him right away, getting that 47% corruption. He did drop down from the. Looks like the ghost has been recalled once again, and the ghost is now being sent towards Yihua, who is the wildling, while the main body is staying near the tunnel cipher machine, and the hunter now is teleporting right back to the tunnel cipher machine, sending the ghost towards Mao. Will be flywheeling to avoid getting the 100%, but was still able to do so by teleporting immediately. It looks like the new cipher machine has started at 40% and 15%, so all 3 last ciphers have progress. One with the most progress is being guarded heavily by this hunter, and now the hunter is recalling the ghost, and the main body is going to be teleporting to the tunnel cipher machine. Ghost is at Li Bao cipher machine, will be infecting the patient, and things are looking good for this hunter because she's doing a very good job pressuring all 3 cipher machines, and she's injuring survivors while she's pressuring. So Yeah, and it looks like we have borrowed time on the Wilding and Patience, so Weeping Clown needs to make sure he does not get hit last, because he will not be able to get back up. Hunter will be teleporting towards the Wilding getting on his board right away as soon as the main body approaches. He's still at full health, so not too concerned for this survivor, but if she does end up teleporting, it could be dangerous for the other survivors. Will be infecting the Weeping Clown and teleporting to him right away. Has 100% corruption and is able to down the Weeping Clown. She could chair him, and it does look like that will be the case. Weeping Clown does not have borrowed time, so even if he is saved off of the chair, she needs to avoid getting hit. They need to body block for him if they want him to survive a little longer. It looks like the ghost is being sent towards Li Bao. We see 2 Cypher machines at around 75-76%. They just need to prime up one of the Cypher machines. It looks like Yi Hua is coming in for the rescue. And the Hunter is able to infect this Wildling, but he goes on his board as soon as he's infected so that he can eat a free hit. And it looks like the Hunter's just being very patient here, waiting till the Weeping Clown's halfway mark has gone past it. He has gone off anyways, and it looks like the last Cypher machine, the additional Cypher machine, is now up to 84%. We did get a backdoor rescue by these survivors. Hunter will, main body is still going after this patient. The ghost is going after the Wildling. She's going to be infecting the Wildling, recalling the ghost towards the patient, and Xawm is staying away from all the Cypher machines because he does not want to be chaired. He was saved after half, so she will be able to completely send him back to the manor if found. It looks like the Hunter is going to go towards Yi Hua, and he has gotten rid of the tablet on this Cypher machine. Will be getting back on his board as soon as the main body approaches. The ghost going towards Li Bao, who is working on that 55% Cypher machine. Hunter will be getting a free hit onto the board, but that's not too much of an issue for the Wildling. However, his board is running out, so now the Hunter is planning to go after this Wildling on his board. Right before the board runs out, he will be dashing towards the pallet, and the Hunter is closing the distance. Did Swing isn't able to get a hit onto him quite yet. He's not close enough. Now he will be close enough and will be eating the hit. So 3 survivors left, all injured, and the Cypher machines are getting there, but not quite there. So doing a very good job managing all 3 Cypher machines. Now the Hunter is sending the ghost towards Xawm, who is the Weeping Clown. A very ideal chase, so we could see a potential teleport here, but it doesn't look like that will be the case quite yet. Ghost going back towards the Wildling. Wildling once again pushed off of his Cypher teleporting to the Wildling, and is able to down this Wildling with that 100% corruption. And it looks like she will be able to chair this Wildling and go for the teleportation onto Xawm, who is the Weeping Clown. He has 1 more rocket to utilize, and he was scared out of his rocket, blinked out, and he's taking down the Weeping Clown. And suddenly things are looking incredibly good for the side of the Zeta. Hunter did get a backdoor save on the Wildling, is chairing the Weeping Clown. Weeping Clown's returning to the manor. 2 survivors left. Cypher machines are primed, and this is the end game, but they haven't popped the last Cypher machine because the survivor wasn't quite there. The Hunter is now moving and setting up for end game. The ghost is on the Wildling. The Cypher machine is being primed and is primed by the patient. They need to pop the Cypher machine and start the endgame situation here. They did pop the Cypher machine. Hunter has detention. The ghost is on the Wildling. Things are looking like a 4-man elimination at this point. However, they do still all have their self-heals and they're at full health, but the Hunter does have detention, so they have to either wait out detention or use some kind of strategy to outwit this Hunter. Main body going after Li Bao, and Li Bao just trying to maintain some safe distance. He does have 1 hook left to work with, and the ghost is camping the exit gate on the other side. The Wildling is in the hotel, not leaving quite yet. He is making his way towards, he's being very cautious, and he's not even getting close to the exit gate because he knows the ghost is waiting for him there while the main body is on the opposite exit gate. She's closing the distance and getting much closer to Li Bao, and her trait is on cooldown, so is at 57% seconds before she can utilize it. Yi Hua getting crows for not doing much is on his board. Hunter is not going after Gihwa at all. She's just looping this area continuously, going after Li Bao. Li Bao is able to make that window vault. Hunter is just playing a lot of mind games here, going back and forth. Li Bao just hugging this window and going around the opposite way, continuously getting crows on the wildling, so it doesn't look like the Hunter wants to. Oh, we did get 20% corruption onto the patient, but that is not with the scare. The Hunter is not gonna do much at the moment. Iwa continuously giving off notifications as the crows continuously circle around his head, and the patient buying a lot of time hiding behind these two pallets. Hunter just needs to make up his mind and choose what to do. Blink is now up, so as long as he can get this blink, he blink downs the patient. Now he can move on to the wildling. Oh, it looks like she's gonna chair this patient. No, he's just gonna carry him for a second. Will be infecting and teleporting to the wildling finally after downing this patient as soon as she got blink back, and it looks like she was able to get the hit onto the wildling. Detention is over, but they're all at half health now. It doesn't matter if she has detention or not. The good thing is she got the detention hit went on the patient before it ran out, so she could ensure a quick down. Patient is healing himself up at 87%. He's back up. The Hunter is going after the wildling at half health. Looks like the ghost is being sent towards the patient. If she can down the patient once again, he can't get back up, so she may possibly change targets, but it doesn't look like that will be the case quite yet. Patient is running to the exit gate and trying to open it up while the Hunter is going after this wildling. The patient is aware the ghost is nearby because of his narrow vision, so it looks like he will not be opening that exit gate. And the wildling is off his board now, so this is just the Hunter just needs to down this wildling, make him utilize self-heal. Oh, she's going to finally teleport to the patient, down the patient. Now the patient doesn't have wildling. She can take all the time in the world going after the wildling. She downed the patient. Sorry, patient doesn't have self-heal, so now she has all the time. Yeah, okay. So wildling will be able to get on his board, but this is he's been on his board multiple times, so that means the time on his board is significantly reduced, and it's just a matter of time before she downs him. She can just wait for blink to pop up again at 47 seconds, or he needs to make his way towards the patient, heal him, or wait for the patient to bleed out and then go for the dungeon. He is going in the right direction. The dungeon is in that corner, but will he be able to get the Terror Shock and getting the 4-man elimination for ZETA?
追われた回出しつつ庭師の過去切れ待ちとしてきました。
TE Hunter going against ZETA survivors. It will be opposite on Chinatown. So in order for TE to stay in the matchup, they need to get a 4-man elimination. Anything less than a 4-man elimination is a win to ZETA. So the pressure is on. He has to be very aggressive here, and it does look like he will be going for this survivor first. The fire investigator Dolisu was able to throw down that pallet, is going to utilize his inflatable airbag. Hunter will be breaking it, dwindling the resources for this fire investigator. Is waiting around here at the window. Hunter will be breaking this pallet, and she will be returning to her remnant, cutting him off from the building. Is able to get the hit onto the fire investigator. He's bouncing off of it, but towards the a broken pallet, so that's not going to be very helpful. Cutting him off here once again. He is able to get the pallet fall and stay alive for a little longer, but he's stuck in this corner and will be going down for the first time. Incredible early down for the side of this fire investigator, and also in this nice corner she can also get rid of his last remaining airbag, but he can't really travel back there because there's no pallets in that area to help him transition. So wonderful job in returning to the remnant, cutting him off from that pathway. She will be utilizing abnormal, taking that cipher machine all the way down to 4%. We see the fire first officer is in this area, already utilized his pocket watch to make his way towards the chair, and the Hunter hasn't quite been able to locate his real body, is swinging a lot, but is able to get the save with Tight Turner. However, the fire investigator will take the hit right away. First officer, though, still at full health, can come in for the rescue once again. Hunter going straight for Dolisu, trying to ensure at least 1-man elimination elimination, trying to get that 100% presence, but it looks like she's just gonna wait till he drops down and will chair him and then get the presence if there's an attempt for a second rescue. We can also see that the gardener and the journalist also have tie turner, so they may just choose another survivor to come for this rescue so that he can be saved with tie turner and survive even if he gets hit right off of the chair. Looks like the next survivor coming in for the save is going to be the journalist, and it looks like she'll be taking the normal hit, utilizing her little Georgia or little boy to get the rescue onto the fire investigator. Fire investigator was hit right off the chair, so he will be going down for the third and final time if chaired, and it looks like the hunter will be concentrating on downing this fire investigator and sending him back to the manor so he can go after the remaining 3 survivors. Great rescue on the first officer in the beginning. He's still at full health. The journalist did take a hit, but she didn't go down with the fire investigator, and so that does ensure the survivors will be okay for the time being. We see only 2 cipher machines were completed because the hunter did utilize her abnormal. 3rd cipher machine at 69%, 4th cipher machine at 42%, and the last cipher machine at 4%. Hunter utilizing her abnormal once again, putting that cipher machine at 0%. Hunter is looking for KZNK, who has been healed up, so it will be fine if she's chased. Does have a little boy waiting at this pallet. What were the little boys called? Is able to get that pallet vault and avoid getting hit. The hunter is going to be breaking this pallet so the survivors can't keep kiting in this area. Is getting ready to utilize her ability once again, waiting around here at this pallet, and wonderful body block by the journalist, still at full health, buying so much time for the survivors to decode. Is making her way to the next pallet and getting ready to utilize her ability yet again. Hunter swings and she is able to get the hit onto the journalist, and now the journalist is at half health and needs to be very careful. We can see cipher machine progress is lacking quite a bit because there are 2 rescuers on this team. Avoiding the hit once again. How is she getting these pallet vaults? Is being very patient here at this. Will be taking the hit while trying to throw down this pallet. So finally injuring and downing the second survivor, but the 4 cipher machines will be completed very shortly, so they just need to push that 1 cipher machine and try to get 1 survivor out, and that will be a win for Zeta. So the survivors are being very careful. They're just doing their best. Okay, so it looks like she'll be chaired for the first time. Hunter is checking the corner walls. There isn't any survivor nearby. Shinami, however, is kind of close on the other side of the building, the other walls, and it looks like the hunter is now getting tinnitus, is aware that Hametu is nearby. Not sure exactly where, but she does have tie turner when she comes in for this rescue, so they're going to try to push this cipher machine, try to buy more time with tie turner. Is able to take the hit while in her bubble form, so still at full health, is able to get the save onto the journalist. However, the journalist got a hit right away. Hunter now heading towards the cipher machine, not allowing the survivors to prime up that last cipher machine. Is at 51. She still has abnormal and trump card to utilize. Hunter is now going towards Shinami, the first officer. He still has 1 pocket watch to utilize, which he will utilize as soon as the hunter approaches, and trying to buy more time in this corner. Does have that after image and is not able to land a hit onto the survivor quite yet. Hunter returning to a remnant, trying to catch him in the middle, but isn't able to do so. She continuously swings, but is not able to get a hit onto the main body. He's doing a very good job tricking this hunter by going back and forth. He's going to be swinging at this pallet, but is able to throw down this pallet without getting any injury. The journalist is healing herself up at 70%. Hunter is going to change the teleport and teleport to the journalist cipher machine, but she's going to take a hit onto the gardener instead. Last 2 cipher machines at 57% and 51%. They just need to prime up 1 cipher machine. Hunter is going back to the cipher machine, has found Kazuneko since the blood trails show exactly where the survivor is. Able to get the terror shock onto this journalist. She was getting a lot of pallet vaults, but not this time. Finally able to down this journalist for the 2nd time and chair her for the 2nd time. And it looks like the last cipher machine is not being touched at the moment, and Hunter is going towards Shinami, so it looks like that Gardner will be trying to attempt a backdoor rescue. Hunter does have tinnitus and is aware there's a survivor here. He doesn't have any items, but he's at full health and will be taking that hit. And the Hunter will be going back to the chair, attempting to stop the rescue from happening, but she misses her dash, so she has to walk, and the survivors are able to get the rescue. She's doing such an amazing job with the pressure. All 3 survivors are now injured, and she's able to down the journalist for the 3rd and final time, which means another survivor is sent back to the manor, leaving 2 survivors. Cypher machines are almost primed at 94%. Teleport is not quite up yet at 19 seconds, so it does look like survivors will pop that Cypher machine. Gardner doesn't have borrowed time, so she's still at half health. It doesn't matter because the Hunter does have detention, but it looks like she isn't gonna be able to get that vault, and she will be going down. However, she does have self-heal, so if the Hunter does end up going for the first officer, if he can kite long enough, she will be able to escape. We'll see how well this Hunter does in locating this first officer. Isn't even touching the exit gates just to be safe. Teleport is back up. Hunter has tinnitus. She's aware the first officer is in this area. He's hiding behind that finished Cypher machine. Isn't able to look. He was right on the other side. Isn't able to find this first officer. So just buying so much time by just hiding. And Hunter is just trying to look for the survivor, but isn't able to do so. Needs to check every single corner and go around every single obstacle. Will finally be running into him, but she doesn't see him. She doesn't see him. The Gardner is back up. She does not see this fire investigator. I mean, this first officer. And he's left the area, and now she has to go back to Hametu. And it's suddenly looking like a one-man escape for the side of Zeta survivors. Hametu already has left this area, so he's in the far corner. Hunter is now seeing the blood trails of this Gardner. Gardner does have this rubble window to work with and a pallet here underneath the tunnel. Also has a potential bubble to work with. It looks like she was able to summon the bubble and make it to the window area. Hunter is just going to wait out this bubble. The bubble has ended. She was able to get the vault. First officer, is finally touching that exit gate. Hunter has changed to teleport and will be teleporting to the exit gate, but it's the wrong exit gate. And now the exit gate is being opened up at 50%. He's almost finished. Is she gonna make it in time to the exit gate? She can't miss any of her dashes. She's going, but it's already open. And that's a one-man escape for Zeta, allowing them to win this matchup.
ベスト4進出となりました。チーム日本出ました。すごいよ。すごいございます。やっぱゼータを見せてくれました。明日以降もそれは続くことでしょう。ストレートというのは数を減らしました。ただゼータディビジョンめちゃくちゃ最強が4つ並びました。